bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Temptation within, mistakes ignite. suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. I recall the past again tonight. It's in the front of my mind. As I fall apart, you begin to cry. The tears are making you blind. The future's far away, but I'll stay. I'll stay. Just take a leap of faith. We'll find a way for you and me. Can't look back and run from what I feel inside. There's no more time to hide, because I feel again. I feel again. Oh, now I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. I feel it again. I feel it again. I feel again. we got so intense. I feel it again, I feel it again, I feel it again. We're bringing this back to life.
and we will go off it. Okay. This is not setting a good example for him also for joining this team. So I would appreciate if you kind of stop doing that. Are you gonna kick me? I mean, you can if you would like to, but I'm just asking a simple favor. I'm asking. Did you start the stream?
Yeah, I'm watching.
All right, are we hot and rolling? Everybody hear us? I apologize. I mean, we didn't hear that. Make sure to kind of get everything set straight next time. But salutations, tankers. Welcome to the losers bracket semi-final. Yeah, I mean, third round semi-final. Kind of the same thing. Well, 11th Clan Championship, back at it again, out here on the battlefield. Eternity, Advanced, and WooDPeckers. I'm English commentator kenanahmed. Joined with me is English commentator Balsa. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Ken. I'm very, very nice. How about you?
I'm doing quite swell. Definitely getting ready to start this stream. Watch some cool action going on. I mean, we've already kind of gotten into it, as you can kind of see. What do you think about what's going on already?
Yep, well, I see Woods attacking already, like, pretty much aggressive, and like they're not defending too much. And on the other side, there's Eternity, which is just staying in defense. But right now we've got Sim Grant pulling the flag on double jobs, going under the bridge, with a little bit help of Daxar, but Smokey coming in there from the other side, and it's an easy return.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt. I mean, Smokey definitely does do a lot of damage, and in case we don't know, we are on the Kunger map in the light format. And for those who do not know what the light format is, I will run through it relatively quickly. Basically, light format, all turrets are allowed. So for railguns, you cannot have, or not all turrets are allowed, but for railgun, you cannot have more than 5 per team, and you can only have Smokey on a light hull. With Railgun, the round stabilization alteration, I believe, is mandatory, and for Smokey, the assault rounds alteration is mandatory. For hulls, it's Hornet and Wasp, not more than 2 per team, and medium hulls, which are obviously Hunter, Viking, and Dictator, you cannot have 2 more of those per team. For modules, 35% protection from Smokey on light hulls, and 35% protection from Railgun on not more than 2 per team. So alterations are on, micro upgrades and supplies are off, and basically it is a 6 versus 6 with weapon changes being on, and obviously, as usual, the flags being unlimited. And I think we might see our first capture happening here.
Yep, we saw our first capture, a nice attack there by Legis and a little bit support of his teammates. Like, he managed to capture the flag with only double armor on his side, yeah. So what do you think, like, Eternity is pretty much waiting for counterattacks.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're kind of prepared for it. I mean, especially, you know, look at Semgrand over there doing really well with all those drops. I don't know if he sees Person kind of hiding behind there. I think Daxar might have noticed him. Semenovic does spawn, but nope, he's kind of going behind undetected. Let's see what happens with that. I'm very interested. I'm going to keep a close eye on him. He's just kind of sneaking in from behind. Nobody's really there. You do have Actually in Mega Pit just kind of there, but like they're focused on the center. Semenovic did see him, and Semgrand is pulling the flag through the center, but look, Person's waiting there. He's going to go for it. He's going to get that shot. Gets Legis. Legis is half health. Oh, Person misses.
Ooh.
Good shot by that Smokey. He's going to get the return. Okay.
Wow, that was a very, very nice shot by Mega Crit with Smokey right there. Did you see that? Like,
yeah,
last second he made him miss. Yeah.
That is amazing. I mean, and that's good too. You see, with Smokey especially, it's all about that right timing. You know, I mean, with Smokey, you want to get it on point because that impact force will knock a railgun shot off relatively easily. So that's why another good thing is having that assault rounds alteration. where like Smokey's much more rapid fire. That really does help, and I think it's pretty interesting to see. But right now, Bogdan pulling the flag, but little to no health, pretty much one railgun shot away. And yep, there he goes, gets killed. And I think it's gonna be a return. Yep.
Yeah. As we see, Eternity is just staying defense, and only 2 players are trying to push an attack. And then after, when they kill them all, just those 2 players go and take flag very easily. Like, I think Woods should take care of that if they focus on that. But as we see for now, there were just 2 attacks, and both became a capture.
Oh yeah, definitely, I do concur. But yeah, we see the way it's being controlled. It's working out pretty well. Sam Grant, as usual, with full drops, kind of controlling the center, that bridge area, doing a hefty amount of damage, making the push right now, but little to no health. Like I said, pretty much maybe 1 or 2 shots away from getting killed. He does have 35% on rail right now, losing that double armor though, misses the shot, gets killed. But right now, yeah, that's that. But
Nice shot by Daxar. Whoa.
yeah, I could definitely say one thing. Eternity Advance is on point with their defense right now.
Yeah, well, like I told you, like they're pretty much focusing on defense and just 2 players going attack. They just want to make sure nobody is passing them in defense. Then they can push, like as you see, see the sun with double drops. Okay, this might not end as good as they want to. But
yeah,
Smokey's there, yeah.
Well, that's
Smokey's
Megapit.
out really fast, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage, and Tolo was going for it, but gets killed. So yeah, that's a very promising return. Ooh, good shot by actually pushes person down onto the ground, makes him miss. And Megapit 2 over there. Person is not having a good time going through that center. It was just focused on real quick. But yeah, it's Eternity Advance is really holding off. I'm very very surprised to see that, because usually they're kind of going for the offensive and then like coming back and trying to reform the defensive as fast as they can. But in this case, you see the coordination is on point. You can see when they know when to attack. They know where everybody is. They have that coordination, like I said. So it's working out really well for them.
Yeah, well, it's very experienced clan, but though as well as Woodpeckers, they are also an old clan. I'm surprised like they're not putting so much effort like Eternity is putting, because as you see, this is the 2nd or 3rd time they have managed to take the flag, though Bogdan is here with double armor and nitro, and this, if they stop Daxar, this could be a first capture for Woodpeckers, but he has help of Leges there and gets slayed out by Woody, and person there with DP, stopping players who are trying to go for the flag.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, there we go. That was a close one. I thought Semenovich was going to get the drop on him, but he doesn't. And that's going to be the... Okay, no.
Whoa.
All right, person better go for it. Sam Grant is right there, but I think Woods... Yep, Woody's going to get it. And that's going to be the first capture. I don't... in regards to Woodpeckers putting up that fight, I think they're trying their best. And you know, I mean, so far, we just saw that they had a very good counterattack there. The flag was pretty much left unguarded on Eternity Advanced, and as we talk good about them, of course. So Karma just kind of comes in and says, okay.
Our bad.
Yep, but there we go. So right now scores 1-2. 40 seconds left, not looking promising, but still can happen. See the Suns making the push, and Tony Cruz, Woody down from the side. But everybody's kind of focused on defense from Eternity Advance right now. So with 30 seconds left, I don't see a capture happening here anytime soon. I'm not going to say the hacker joke just yet, because I don't... It's promising, kind of, but no, I'm going to say it in the last 10 seconds, 20. Yeah, I mean, big push happening, though. I mean, look, there's a big push, but yeah, no, you can't get that flag from one side to the other. Not.
Yeah, it's getting stopped pretty easily because the Smokey was there and 3 other players with railgun. That was just impossible.
Yep, so with 4 seconds left, unless you're a hacker, you're not going to win. Hence, this round goes to Eternity Advance, making the score 1-0 overall, 2-1 for this round. So props out to Eternity Advance. We're going to move on to the next round. which will definitely be interesting to see. Obviously, I believe we're going to be switching sides, so we'll see how Woods is able to perform on the blue side. See if they feel like it has an advantage over the other. I personally am indifferent on this map, at least. I feel like it's kind of evenly matched, except for the red side. They do. I mean, I don't know. It's debatable.
Oh,
But
well, yeah, sorry.
no, I said, but I mean, it is debatable. I don't know. I mean, I feel like in the matchmaking mode, it is definitely more even just because of the spaces and a few things that they added in and took out. Um, I don't know. I mean, I see it more for the red side, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, me as an ex esports player, like I preferred blue side as it's easier for Smokey to control the base. Like, look at these houses. You can just hide behind houses, not get shot, and control everything with your Smokey. But then in red base, you've got that bridge, you've got that sides, you can get shot from anywhere. So it's not like good enough for Smokey, but I don't know, maybe it fits attack better. Not so sure.
Yeah, that definitely. I mean, it is debatable. I mean, I think it definitely does depend on coordination of teams. There are certain drops that drop in that base. Do they know how to utilize them? Um, it all depends. One thing about them is if you look over there, they have a lot of nitros in their base, as opposed to the blue base. So they are able to rush in a lot more, as opposed to the other one. Because in the blue base, the drops are kind of more out in the open. So it's easier for you to get shot as opposed to the red base where all the drops are kind of just there. They're like in cover. You're able to rush in and get them easily. The only yeah, actually even the double power is in a decent spot. So I feel like if we're talking about drops wise, the red base definitely does have that upper hand in my opinion because it's not as open as the blue base, so it's not going to be that easy for you to get shot. But obviously that can be debated, and it does depend on players' perspective.
Yeah, well, in red base, there's two set of drops, like double armor and nitro, and then, like, not far away from there, double armor and nitro. If you manage to get two Vikings on double armor and nitro, like, that's unstoppable attack. And then if you have Smokey coming with them, like, it's 80% sure capture.
Definitely.
At least it should be, yeah. We see the sun already pushing in the opponent's base, but not really doing anything there because there was 3 players on him. One had DP. Legas also trying to camp there. I mean, not to camp, but kill person who is sneaky and coming behind opponents.
Yep,
But
he's
he
going from
didn't have
behind.
Smokey, yeah.
Yeah, but look at that. You see that coordination? Like Legas just left him and told Megapit, "Hey, he's back there." And you can see Megapit doesn't see him. He can't see him behind that building, but he knows from that coordination that Legas probably said, "Hey, he's back there. Can you go take him out?" And there he goes. He goes back there, gets a shot off on him, kills him, and stops an attack. And obviously, if he was able to get past that, even though he was one shot, he had that nitro. And nitro with Wasp is really fast, so he could have just rushed out of there. Maybe at least got to the center of the map and maybe could have turned out differently. So
yeah, we see 2 Vikings. Do you see this? 2 Vikings of Eternity are on double drop and going for the push.
Yep, I see it.
Just like
Sam
I said.
Gran.
Yep.
Sam Gran and Legas going for it. Sam Gran takes the flag. Decent with double armor. Look how fast that health went down. Literally like 3 railguns and a smoky focused on him. See, even then though, even if you have double armor and etc., if you get focused on, if you have like 4 people focusing on you, you will lose your health so fast that you won't even be able to recover because you're just going to be all over the place from that impact force. So,
Well, that was a nice play by Tony Cruz. He made him miss like 2 or 3 times. That's also an advantage if you have Smokey, which will make other players miss, because that's so much important. That one shot can mean whole match to you.
yeah, it really can. It can change the outcome of a match too because one shot that can end an entire flag capture or it can provoke one. So, obviously like you said, it can obviously be a game changer. And obviously hopefully people do realize how important that is, at least in this case.
Yeah, like this is very important match, and you aren't supposed to miss any shots here, but we
Yeah,
see
definitely.
players missing sometimes, but like in normal battles, you see players missing a whole lot of shots.
I mean, hey, it happens. You know, nobody's perfect. But you know, we are in the semifinals, so obviously this are the losers bracket semifinals. So it is a pretty important match. Obviously, whoever loses this is out of the tournament, but whoever does win this moves on to versus Penguins in the losers bracket, just final. Um, I know, you know, Penguins definitely is trying to get to the grand final. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be giving whoever wins this a really hard fight. Right now, whoever wins against Penguins, you know, if they win or if Penguins wins, then they're going to go to that grand final in which they will verse Synergy, who's already there, already guaranteed that that beautiful silver paint, that new animated silver paint with some nice prizes right there. So we'll see how it works out. But right now, big push. Tolo and See the Sun going for it, but Sem Grand and everybody else just kind of there, focusing on them. Leg is coming in from behind. See the Sun's really not going to get away with that. And yep, gets killed. Mega Pit doing a lot of damage with that Smoky, hence flag is returned.
Well, Legis is going with double drops, but over the bridge though, which can be easily stopped. He took the repair kit. That's gonna help him a bit. There we have Semgrand, look at that. Semgrand and Semenovic just going for the flag alone, with no help, but they didn't really manage to do anything as they got shot from the other side of the base. On the other side, Tolokonikov is taking the flag by himself again, probably getting stopped by the enemy players.
Yeah, doesn't exactly work out for him. But I mean, right now it's 5 minutes left. Still anybody's game, 0-0. Some decent pushes have happened. I'm not going to be surprised if we don't see any flags captured this round, just because both teams are performing very well. I can definitely say that WooDPeckers did step it up since the last round, at least. Their coordination is much better. They're performing much more as a they're performing much better as a team. Obviously, teamwork is very big in this mode and in general. Unless you're playing deathmatch, then that doesn't really come into play. Obviously, as it's a deathmatch, you shouldn't really be teaming. At least that's not the point of it, but people do. That's on them.
Yeah, people usually do team in deathmatch. At least they used to do before the battle matchmaking system, yeah.
Yep, but right now, Holy Man pulling the flag, Nitro and double power, Person and Tolo backing him up. Tony Cruz obviously does a lot of damage with that Smoky, gives the return. Semenovic, Megapit making the push along with Actually. They're making that push. They're going to try and get that return. How promising is it? Not 100% sure. Person now takes it. He's running with it. Yep, it's looking promising. I think this is going to be the first capture.
Nice. 1-0 for WooDPeckers. They did step their game up, like, really, really much. They took over the control of the map.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, people are doing better on the blue side. I mean, that's usually I kind of see it going toward the red side most of the time, just because once you get clear of it, you have so much cover in the red base that once you get it, it's just kind of a given, except for that middle area. Right now, Legis is pulling the flag with Actually backing him up. Semgrand doing a lot of damage with full drops out there, but can he? I don't know. Okay, well, Mega Pit and Legis spawn. Tony Cruz running for it. I don't know. No, it's close. I feel like they can get it. I feel like they can get away with it.
I really don't feel like they can get it because Tony Cross is there, but Megacrit is also there with Legis and helps him make Holy Man miss, and he did miss. But still, Tony Cross is there. Megacrit is low health. Daxar as well. Are they going to manage? Yeah, they did kill him.
They get it.
But
they get
on
it.
the other side, yeah, See the Sun has pulled a flag to his base, and Semgran is trying to do something there.
Yeah, you wanna know what point we're at right now?
Yeah.
This is something I call a good old Kunger standoff. This is where we got the flag on one side and the flag on the other, and the flag is probably not going to be captured for the entire round unless we see a 2-second thing happen like last time.
Yeah, but Mr. Vanka is not in the game right now.
Yep, unfortunately. So I don't know, but Tony Cruz, Tolo making the push, gets the return. Now Holy Man has to run for his life with it. Semenovic pushing, Sam Grant, everybody's kind of pushing, but Tony Cruz and Tolo really holding them back right now, as you can see. And I think Holy Man has a very good shot at capturing this. He has that double armor going for him too, so even if he gets shots a couple of times,
Yeah,
he is
this is
good. And yep, 2-0 on the 2-minute dot. Isn't that pretty ironic? 2 minutes, 2-0, right on the dot. So that works out for them. So yeah, there you go.
Well,
Yeah.
we did say they played bad on the red side, but as we see, they're pretty much controlling the map on the other side of the map. Like in the blue team, maybe the blue team is better. Like I see Tony Cruz just staying there controlling everything. Like, did you notice that he made a lot of players miss?
Yeah, well, he's a very good Smoky player. He's very active with it. He knows what he's doing. He's very on point with his coordination, as we can see right now. The amount of damage he's just doing right there. And with that rapid fire alteration, I wouldn't blame him. Along with that critical damage he gets. When he gets that critical, from what I saw when he was originally attacking, when the... oh, wait, I could be wrong, actually. Well, I mean, all I remember was when he was running with it, when the red team had the flag, they were trying to run with it, and it got to the standoff point. Tony Cruz did a shot on a wasp, and that wasp lost a lot of health. Like, it dropped.
It
Like,
drops really hard.
yeah, like I mean, it could have been a railgun shot, but like I didn't see any railguns near him, at least in that area. So I could have been wrong, but it did a lot of emphasis on lot of damage. So that's that. But 20 seconds left, looking promising for Woodpeckers. I think we're gonna give it to them this round. It's very ironic how each team is outperforming on the blue team. So we'll see how it works. Obviously, we will be changing maps. So yeah, well, we'll see how it works. Definitely, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's 1-1, so there will be a lot more to play, as both teams are almost equally good, and I guess we will see a good fight today. Very, very good fight.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I mean they're doing really well, but obviously I believe we are going to be switching maps. So hopefully this time, hopefully it's going to be Forest. So that'll work out pretty well. Forest is definitely going to be an interesting map to see played. I look forward to it. We've seen Forest played multiple times, but let's take a look at the chat. Hello, chat. How's everybody doing today on this fine Friday evening or afternoon, depending on where you live? It is pretty much 30 minutes past noon for me out in the USA. So, yeah. How about you? What time is it for you over there, Balsa?
For me, it's 6:33 p.m.
Okay, so yeah, it's evening for you.
Yep.
Beautiful afternoon for me. So I still have much of my day left, which I'll have to figure out what I'm going to spend doing after I'm done here.
Yeah, well, I usually prefer going to parties at late night time, but maybe not tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I had a good Thanksgiving get together yesterday. I had some turkey and some pie. I still have some pie left over. Some pumpkin pie. I will share, I promise.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So I totally just got confused with the alterations. I thought it was autocannon instead of assault rounds, and I just realized what I said. So, boomy. So it's not autocannon, it is assault rounds. So joke's on me. So in this case, impact force is increased by 35% and critical hit is disabled. So joke's on me. Laugh at me. Yeah, that's I think I mean for some reason. So I'm looking at the wiki. For some reason, it says 30%, but on the wiki it says 35%. So it might be wrong. So I think they'll probably notice it any second, or I might just use the nice report function on the wiki to let them know that something is out of date. And obviously, if you guys have never checked out the wiki, I would definitely go and recommend checking out the wiki. I check it out a lot. It actually has like some really, really cool information there. And I mean, I'm just gonna say the wiki is like on point. It is perfect. I love it. Okay, so it is okay. So okay, I'm hearing from the guy in my ear. We don't, you guys don't know him, but he's like a secret dude. He's telling me that an update was pushed recently, so it is 35%. Okay. It's just you guys don't hear him. He's the ghost. You don't hear him a lot, but he's there. He's kind of lurking in the background. He's coming up and down like the Skype bandit, looking around, and then just going down back into his hidey hole. So
well, yeah, we've got a medium format right now, medium forest, and as for now, the matches that I have watched, I think that Eternity is pretty much the best clan at medium format. Like, what do you think? Does Woods clan have chance against Eternity in medium format?
well, I think any team has a chance. It just depends on the percentage of their chance, whether it be 99.9% of them failing and losing, as opposed to like them having a very good chance of passing. So they do have a chance. I don't want to just speak too soon. I think it all depends. So I think we see how the round plays. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it works. We'll go from there.
Yeah, so we will see the clutcher right now, Mr. Vanka probably, like, if he's online and ready to help his team. Hopefully he clutches again, like, last 5 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, I mean, personally though, I'm not really, as much as I want to see him today, it's just at the same time I don't, just because I feel like if he is here today, we might have to go to a tiebreaker again, as we saw last time.
Yeah, whoa.
Like, literally, we were about to be over, but nope.
No, Mr. Vanka is here.
Yeah, nope. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and you come in with that freeze, kill everybody. You returned it in the last 2 seconds. Literally, I wish I could clip that right now. Last 2 seconds, and you get the capture, and then it's just like goal, and then they obviously end up winning. The team that, well, they ended up tying, but either way, the original team that would have won that round ended up winning in general. So I mean, it kind of worked out for them at the end of the day. But I can definitely say one thing: Mr. Vanka, or however you say it, did give their team a very, very good chance. And obviously, seeing Atra played in an esports match was
unusual.
Yes, it is. It would be the first time I've seen it in a long time. I think I might have seen it before, but it's just you don't see that map played very often throughout the esports scene. But it is nice to include all maps, streamed in the esports scene, which I think we definitely have seen. We definitely seen Rio. I remember Rio back in the day, Domination Series.
Yeah.
Opposition, I feel like we've seen year 20. I don't know. I mean, I can go. I think the one map, and I could be wrong, but I feel like the one map I've never seen played on an esports match is Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo? Well,
yeah.
I think it was in Lord of the Points, maybe. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I think
it might have. Yeah. Okay, it might have. You see that? Like I said, that's why it's just been. That's why my memory might be like a little confuzzled. But I mean, I do like Monte Carlo. I used to play on that map a lot back in the day. Like, that was my go-to map when I was like lieutenant and like warrant officer. That is the map of the century. Like, every day it was just, come on, go on Monte Carlo. When I was like first lieutenant, when I first just unlocked Railgun M2, that's when you unlock it. I went Hornet M2, Railgun M2 with Electra right on the point every time, and just ran around that map. Boom, 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 bang, 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 bang. Those were my glory days of tanky. I do miss my M2 days, definitely. And I also remember the classic Shaft, very good map for camping. But at the same time, it was also a very good map. If you want to like jump down, like you could jump down from the center and go right to the bottom. But then you would always have those people who get shot in midair and then they go flying somewhere else and they get really pissed.
Well, Monte Carlo, I like to play sometimes. Like when I feel like pumping my DL, like I go Monte Carlo, have 100 kills and die 2 or 3 times. Like that's a lot of DL. I mean, kill deaths. So that's nice to see. Like you play, you don't get shot. Like if you're aware, and it's just interesting for everybody to kill you. Like if someone kills you, then wow, I ruined your DL. Go out of the map.
Definitely. No, I mean, yeah, no, I do think it's pretty interesting to see. I mean, you know, one day, I just want to see it played again. I don't think there have really ever been any tweaks made to that map, just because it is so balanced. Like it's there, I don't really see any side having an advantage over the other. There is like literally no difference on it. It's an exact replica. And then once you get to that center area, obviously everything changes with the barriers and everything. I remember, like, the barriers look so much different now compared to what they were back then. Like, the barriers were different.
Yeah.
Now they're, like, more, like, they're big blocks of, like, concrete and stuff, which is pretty cool. Or is that, yeah, I would like to say that's concrete.
Yeah, so somebody asked me in the chat, Balsa, what's your favorite hull? It's Wasp, like definitely Wasp. I love playing with Wasp. Yeah, because it's pretty much the fastest. Yeah, it is the fastest hull, and I just like getting missed by players who play with Railgun or something like that. It's so interesting to play with Wasp. What about you, Ken? What's your favorite hull?
See, back in the day, I used to be a very big fan of Hunter. Hunter was like my favorite hull. It was like, it was just, it worked so well for me just because, I mean, even though it was slightly faster and the health was kind of, you know, close, it was similar. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously now though, it's Viking just because it's the fastest, it's the same health. It's just the agility is good. It's controllable. So obviously, as you can see, everybody pretty much uses Viking these days, and I'm unfortunately one of those people who use Viking these days instead of using another variety, just because, like I said, Viking is my go-to.
Yeah, well, I used to use Hunter, but then I got Viking M4 and just stopped using that. Just because of the M4, and I don't like getting killed easily. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to be the strongest as you can on the battlefield. Yeah,
definitely. So yeah, pretty interesting. So now, as you said, you're on the medium format in the forest map. Obviously, hopefully that'll be appearing on your screen shortly. But will be interesting to see. We've seen Forest played a little bit, definitely in the medium format. We've definitely seen that in the past. I'm definitely going to be very excited to see how these two clans perform on this map. But before we start, let me just run quickly through what the medium format is. Basically, you cannot have more than 2 of the same turret per team, and you cannot have more than 1 Magnum per team. You can only have 1 short-range turret, which consists of a Ceto, Firebird, or Freeze on the team. And the Ceto can obviously be used on a light hull if it is utilized. For hulls, you can use all light and medium hulls, which consist of Wasp, Hornet, Hunter, Viking, and Dictator, but you cannot have more than 3 per team. For modules, you can pretty much use all of them except for unique ones. Micro upgrades are off, alterations are on that you can only use from a certain list. Overdrives and supplies are off, 6 versus 6, and weapon changes are on, so definitely medium format. It's going to come down to control of drops, coordination, and see how people perform with their equipment.
Yeah, well, we've got LBJ with Shaft again. Do you remember what he did last time he played Shaft on this map, this format? Like, he was amazing with that.
Was it this map or was it a different map?
Yeah, it was this map. It was
Uh,
forced.
okay, well, yeah. I mean, he is a good shaft player, but I don't know. He left, so I mean, we might have a switch out. Um, but yes, he's a very good shaft player. You don't see that a lot these days.
Yeah, well, nobody pretty much uses shaft these days because everybody says shaft is bad, is bad. Like, no, it's not bad. It deals a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's one. I mean, it also depends on the like some of the maps. I think shaft is good on those long maps like Serpahov, Monte Carlo, Kungur. In this map, it is. I mean, I do believe it's going to be interesting to see. You do have a decent like if you can get on the sides and you just kind of guard the flag or do an assault on somebody else's flag. If you get on the sides, you'll be good. But as for the middle area and looking in the middle, that's not exactly going to work out. So I am going to be pretty intrigued to see how he utilizes it. I feel like he's going to stick to one side, go back and forth, listen to what his teammates say. So I feel like that he's going to be coordinating with them. And what he's going to do is, if they say, somebody's, going for the flag in our base, he's going to go back there, aim real quick, get the shot off, and just watch the flag. And then if they're making a big push, nobody else is pushing on their flag, and he's going to, help with the attack in the blue base, and he'll obviously do his damage there and run away with it. And I think he's going to be more of a defender, though. I think his primary role today will be defense. So
Okay, so we already started and we see person taking shaft and getting killed by LBJ already with the shaft. Did you see that? Like, first
yeah,
second of the match, he's using his shaft, like, very, very nice. Oh,
yep,
Holy Man there from behind. Mega Crit is there with Ricochet. Yeah, going to
yeah,
kill him pretty easily.
doesn't work out
Okay.
for him.
Yep, unfortunately.
But yeah. So I think LBJ6, as we said, is going to be the primary defender for today. He's kind of taking a more of a aggressive push, and even in arcade mode, does a lot of damage with that shaft. I am going to give it to him.
Yeah,
Um,
like it's a lot of damage. Like pretty much he takes away I don't know, like a quarter of health to Viking. And like
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's to be honest, an arcade mode shot. I don't. I mean, it's definitely probably not the same. It could just be me, but it feel like it looks like and it feels like it is like a thunder shot without that splash damage and all that. Like it looks like it does the same amount of damage up, but obviously it's probably not. It's just me because I see things funny. So,
yeah,
um,
well, it also looks like that. Like I even think that's like that because look at that. The Wasp had a little bit under half HP, and he took him out very, very easily in one shot in arcade mode.
yeah, and I think that's gonna work out really well because even with arcade mode, it's powerful. With without it, if when you're in sniper mode, it's still very powerful. So I think it is a very good turret to see utilized these days. Like I mean, I might even have to start using it if I see that. Like, look at him, the way he plays. He's very fast. He's quick. He can run across the map, get from one end to the other, and still do a lot of damage. And especially if you have people like Mr. Vanika, who knows what they're doing with the Nasita and knows very well on how healing works, etc. That shaft with Wasp will definitely be living a little bit. But right now, big push happening. Woody Dow, Holy Man, person making a push. LBJ6 getting killed
Getting
by
killed,
Tolo.
yeah.
Tolo doing that damage with those twins. Woody running with it. Can he do it? I don't know. Semenovich, Mega Pit on the other side. Kind of, getting their fair share of damage done on them. Tony with a lot of damage from that Firebird. Look at him. 3 people he just killed with that burning damage. That is a
Whoa.
lot.
That's the fourth one. Going for the flag, and LBJ's useless there. And this is 1-0. Whoa. Like,
I mean,
everything I say today is
yeah.
wrong.
Like, it's amazing because I don't know. Tony Cruz has been coming in very clutch last round on the last maps we've seen, and this match, like he's doing very well, especially with that Firebird. I don't think he's really going for the kill on people. He's trying to do as much damage as he can because he knows once he does that damage, that that burning damage will finish them off, as we've seen. He's just kind of doing his best, unless they get in his way. Obviously, he's going to kill them, but that
Yeah.
is that.
Look at that
Um,
control, like
yeah.
Mr. Vanka helping Daxar so nice, and Tony Cruz is going to get killed there by Mega Crit, most likely, but
I mean, I think, but he's gonna just take him away because look at that
yep,
burning damage. Firebird has
that
become
Firebird is
very
OP.
powerful. Yes, it has become very powerful in my opinion. Obviously, not as powerful when you could use two alterations with it. Um, you know, unless I mean, I'm gonna see what alteration he is using. He is using. Okay, I think that's the compact fuel tanks. I will go check right now as we play in the middle of this battle. Yes, compact fuel tanks. Temperature limit. It's like the temperature limit is doubled. The heating rate is tripled, but the energy consumption is obviously a downfall as it can. It's 50% faster. So it's like it does a lot more damage much more quickly, and the burning damage works out very well. But then obviously you have that longer reload, which takes a lot more time. So I mean, I don't know, but he's doing really well with that Firebird. Look how much you see how he just ignored LBJ, and at the same time, look how he kills them both still. Semenovich,
Right,
like
that's
LBJ,
amazing, yeah. But
it's powerful.
did you see Vanka there? With Daxar and his twins, like he was just healing him, and he killed like 2 or 3 players right there.
Well, yeah, definitely. Look, I mean, I gotta point out Tony Cruz again. Just went against two people head to head, went away with no damage and killed them both. Nothing.
Yep. Wow, that like he's playing very well today.
He's
I'm
very
amazed.
yeah. He's doing very well with it. Now Bogdan's running with it, but LBJ, see that?
LBJ,
Do you see how
wow.
powerful that is, even in arcade mode? With like Shaft, with arcade mode, with double power, takes like somebody's health away in a heartbeat. Like, look at that. You see how like the
He's
Wasp has
just
so
playing
much
them.
health. Yeah, he's literally look. He's gonna go after Holy Man. Look how much damage he's about to do. Oh, okay, never mind. He gets killed. He's probably reloading there, but
Ooh, Vanka comes in clutch there. Semenovic pulling the flag on the other side, getting help from LBJ. Mega crit in defense. This looks very promising, unless Woody Dove manages to do something. But nope.
yeah, 1 to 1.
1-1. Yep.
I'm liking this. This is good. This is active. Every second there's action going on. We see how OP some of this stuff is. Like it's really cool to see. Right now, Bogdan even making a push. 2 smoky shots kills Semenovich. That is amazing. Now LBJ, look at how much damage he's gonna do to him. Like, oh, he got that crit. But I think LBJ might have protection against Smokey. Once he respawns, I will definitely see. But yeah, Bogdan does a lot of damage with that Smoky. Like seriously, when you get that critical shot, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Daxar and Semenovic pulling the flag. Daxar on DA. Tony Cruz is coming from up there with his Firebird, but I
Uh-oh.
don't think he will manage to burn.
I
Maybe
don't
he will.
know. Oh, he's close. Okay, he got some damage with Vanika. There you go. Coming
Yeah,
in with the
Vanka is there.
Yasida. Yep, coming with the Yasida. Doing, giving some of that health. Doing his duties. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a capture, making a score 2-1.
Takeover.
Yeah, big
Yep.
comeback. Big comeback by Eternity Advanced. So,
Well, I don't know. Eternity started playing more aggressive. I don't know. Like they just made an explosion.
yeah, I know. It's like first Woodpecker starts off strong, getting 1-0, and then now all of a sudden it's 2-1, 2 flags captured in a row by Eternity Advance within a couple of minute interval. So they are doing relatively well. So we'll see how it works. But look at that. Look at Legus. Look how fast he's losing
Yeah,
that health with
that
that fire.
damage, man. That damage of Firebird. It's so amazing. Like, yeah.
And it goes for a while too. It's not like that burning damage you would think is done in like 5 seconds. No, that goes for like 10. It's like I mean, obviously I could be wrong, but I'm saying like what it looks like. It looks like it goes for much longer than it actually does.
Yeah, well, I've got that alteration, and sometimes your Firebird can even do 600 over 600 damage, like when
Yeah, I
it's
know.
critical. Yeah, because maybe it's on only on Firebird M4, but still on M3 there's a lot of damage with that alteration, and you guys should definitely buy it for Firebird.
Definitely. Now, and I think LBJ6 though has a shadow.
Mm.
Yeah, person. Look, person's using the exact same thing as him. He's shadowing him. He took Shaft, and now he's running with it instead of Thunder, and now he's running with it. Almost gets the capture, and I think they could. It's really close, but people are focusing on them. But 1 minute 30 seconds. That's a tie now. 2 to
Look
2.
at that capture. Like, did you see LPJ missed that shot when he just took the flag? He was 1 HP, and like this is a match changing capture. Like, it's 2 to 2. It could be 2 to 1. Then 1 minute left. It would be hard time getting a capture in last 1 minute, but now as they are 2 to 2, I think pretty much both teams will camp the last few minutes of the match, because they're both okay with this result, I think.
I don't know. I mean, Darkstar has kind of proven otherwise, along with Vanika. But I don't know. At the same time, I mean, I don't think they're gonna camp. I mean, I think they just want to go for the win, but I don't think it's gonna happen. As it's 30 seconds left. You can still get a capture in this time, but yeah, it's really not looking promising. Both teams are kind of good with defense. Holy Man's making the push, but he's not gonna get away with that flag in time back to his base with all those defenders. So I think it's safe to say that this round is going to be a tie for Woodpeckers and Eternity Advanced. And so unless you're a hacker, you're not going to win. Classic hacker joke. Obviously, we have our lovely esports referees out on the battlefield watching over, making sure nobody is hacking, nobody's doing anything wrong. Hence, score 2 to 2 tie, making the overall score 1 to 1. Am I wrong? I think I'm right. Yeah, so it's overall 1 to 1.
Yep.
So now we'll move into the fourth round. Teams will switch the sides, and we'll see how they perform on the other side. I mean, I don't think there's an advantage at all here because it's literally like flip. So.
Yeah, but, well, it's pretty much the same on both sides. There's no changes like at all. It's just same, and I don't think we'll see teams playing better on one side than on the other, unless they just focus more in one round than the other.
Definitely. Yeah, so safe to say it's pretty much over.
Yep. So
for that at least. Well, we'll see how this round goes. This is round number 5. No, 4. Round number 4. So we'll see how it works. Beautiful semifinals. So far, it's been really interesting. Both teams definitely giving each other a fight. Tony Cruz using that demonic Firebird. I just noticed. Look at that.
That's so beautiful. Would you like to have it? Like,
not really, actually. I'd rather have Firebird XT, in my opinion. I don't know. It doesn't look that good to me because you don't have a hull to match it. That's the thing. Like, one thing about turrets is, if you put a special skin on a turret, for me, it's like, in my opinion, it's just it doesn't feel right if you don't have a hull to match it. Like in Tanky X, for example, I don't know how many people play that, but in Tanky X there is like if there's most of the time there's a turret that has a skin, there's a hull that has a skin like the same one, so it kind of matches as a set, right? So unless they like, I mean I'm guessing, obviously I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool though if they for the next Halloween they did like a demonic wasp, that we have like a wasp and Firebird skin that is demonic, and that would look really good.
That would be like really good, but today I think the demonic Firebird is in shop.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, for those who don't know, it is Black Friday, so pretty much, in case you guys haven't seen, everything in the shop today is like 50% off. So, I mean, oh well, PayPal doesn't work according to the ghost, so that's unfortunate. But if you have other methods, it's still 50% off. I would definitely recommend going and, getting some stuff if you really want to upgrade your garage, or, you want to go get some stuff today. I mean, right now is your best time. I mean, you don't really get like anything above 50% off in the shop. And, the fact that you can get all the special skins today instead of having to get them through containers works out pretty well. So definitely go check that out. But right now, Holy Man got the nitro, running with it, zooming, but yeah, gets killed, and that's a return, and it's very tragic.
Yeah, LBJ there, last man standing in defense, besides Mega Crit, and helping him, like, really, really helping him. Look at that. He just made Bogdan UKR half health.
Exactly. I mean, Shaft. Honestly, people really underestimate Shaft these days. It is really powerful. I am not gonna lie, especially with some of the changes that have happened recently, some of the balance changes that have been happening. Shaft has become very, very powerful. Um, and I don't even think an alteration. Well, I know Person's not using an alteration on it. For LBJ6, okay, LBJ6 is using an alteration. So, um,
Oh yeah.
and if I'm correct, that is going to be the short band emitter, which actually I can see why it is so powerful right now, because that short band emitter does the minimum arcade damage is increased, the maximum arcade damage is increased, the minimum aiming damage is increased. So all the damage is increased except the arcade reload takes longer and the energy consumed per the arcade shot is increased. So basically, your reload time is increased, but you do a lot more damage in the arcade mode, which I can see why he's doing. He's mainly going with arcade mode because even in sniper mode, it's still very powerful. So, in my opinion, that shot. I mean, no, that alteration with that kind of shot is very, very powerful, especially on this map. No wonder why he does very good. He does a lot of damage.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just going to go into a battle and try using Shaft after this.
I
It
mean,
looks so interesting.
yeah. Like for me, I definitely would. I'm personally. If they did do a sale on alterations today, I would definitely go for some alterations instead. Most people go for micro upgrades. I kind of have everything in my garage 10 out of 20 plus. So some of them are like 15, some of them are just already M4'd. But in my case, it's like, oh,
Ooh, look at
oh,
that!
I
Whoa!
just noticed that.
What
Okay,
a
I guess not.
return!
Yep,
Whoa,
I
person!
literally just noticed that. That is like, wow, like, wow, like very,
Wow,
like,
man.
wow, yeah, like that was close actually. I just saw it. He almost had it too, and I've had that feeling too. Like when you're just on the flag and you're like, yes, 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 I'm gonna get the capture. Nope, like you
Then
just
the
get
other
killed. You're
guy
like, nope.
comes from the other side, like you got 3 people on you, you kill them, like, oh, easy, this is a capture. Then the other guy comes, kills you, and returns. Well,
And you want to
that's great.
know, one map that I always see that happening in?
Which one?
Sandbox. Every time.
Sandbox? Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time. Every time. It's always
Sandbox
sandbox.
XVBP.
Yep, XVVP. And it's so annoying. I hate it. Like I'm about to get the capture, but nope. He's like, no, 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 you're not gonna. But Semenovich gets flipped. Bogdan running with it. Legis and Vanika trying to come in last second, but that's 1-0. So the lovely team of Woodpeckers taking the lead, just like last round. We'll see if Eternity Advance does the same thing, and if they make a hard comeback, they could, maybe. Uh,
Well,
I mean, 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. That's still a lot of time. Tony Cruz running with it. With that Firebird going against LBJ as usual. He gets killed, but that burning damage makes up for it. And Vanika doing a lot of damage with that Asita. Tries to get the return, but
ooh.
Person coming back with the Thunder again. He's gone from the shaft. And yeah, he's running with it again. I don't think Shaft is exactly working out for Person, and the reason I say that is because he didn't have that alteration, so he was much more of a sniper. In this case, like that alteration lets Shaft kind of it lets you be a sniper, but at the same time, it lets you kind of be a medium range turret too. It helps you be it's like a partial thunder, in my opinion. Like it does a
Yeah.
lot of damage.
Well, Shaft without alteration is pretty much just a sniper, but in LBJ's case, it's very, very OP weapon, which can be used in any format. Like, really, really
Well,
effective
yeah.
one.
And the one thing about alterations, I definitely will say, technically, no alteration is OP because once every alteration, you have to give up something. So like, it's not like you're gonna just get boosted reload time. So like, it's not gonna like your reload time is gonna be less and you're gonna have more damage. No, if you have more damage, then your reload time is gonna take longer. Like that's usually how it works. So there's always like a handoff, a trade off that you have to give. So it depends on the player. And I think LBJ6, as we said, is a very good chat player because he knows that alteration that he has, he knows how to utilize it. So that's what makes him very good with that specific alteration and that turret. And that's what makes him OP with the turret because he knows how to use the alteration to his advantage. That is what I see with it. He knows how to use it. And that's the same thing with me. You know, I used to be very good with Hammer, with the Slugger and the high capacity ammo clip alteration. Now, obviously, I can use only one of them, unfortunately. But, you know, it depends on the player. The alterations are to help, adjust to your playing style. And, you get a feel for what you like and what you don't like. That's why you can rent them. I really like that you can do that. I'm so happy that Tanky made that thing because you can rent them. And I think that is a game changer where you can try it out, you know how it works, etc. So,
yeah, like if you don't like it, like before, you buy the alteration, and on the end you don't end up liking it, and just there goes crystals. You can't recover them, and you're just disappointed that you bought that.
Exactly, and like I said, it definitely, and that's why it's a good thing that we can try them before instead of just having to buy them, like trying them and renting them. I believe we can rent them in the shop unless that's been changed. Could be wrong. Oh, right. So yeah, in the garage, yeah. So in the garage you have to buy them. I think in the shop you can rent them. Could be wrong. I remember you used to. Okay, yeah. So I don't even think you can rent at all. I remember that used to be a thing. That's kind of.
Yeah.
That's kind of unfortunate. So yeah, that was changed when the new alterations came out. I'm looking back at the patch notes. That's sad. But man, I guess obviously the developers have their ways of making the game what it is. That's why it's still here after how many years? Like 9+ years. We're still going, so they know what they're doing. I'll give them that one.
Yep. I don't really think that was a good idea removing the rent option, but yeah, it's their game. They're keeping it alive for so long time.
Yep.
I can't say anything wrong.
You ever heard of the saying there's a method to my madness?
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that, even though we as players might think that it might be like crazy, they obviously there's always a reason behind it. So, we'll give it to them. But right now Duxar is pulling the flag, the Tolo taking the flag, Bogdan and Tony coming there to back him up. Person going after Duxar, so is Tony, and look at Tony with that firebird damage. Obviously Duxar drops it, Bogdan running with it, so we might be at something I don't see very often, but I'm gonna have to say this time, a good old forest standoff. I've seen it before, but at least from streams we don't see it that often. But right now Bogdan coming in, double power and smoky, very powerful.
Oh, it's a return. It's probably, yep.
Yeah, it's oh yes, yeah, okay, it is. But Semenovich, yeah, Semenovich was ready. Yep.
Yeah, but though on the other side, this is a miracle. LBJ is using hammer, not shaft. Wow.
Okay, that's interesting. It's the first time, not the first time, but it's pretty interesting. I've seen him change that. Right now, Vanika running with it. Tolo just kind of holding off. They got 15 seconds left. 2-0. I'm not seeing anybody coming back from this. Hence, I'm going to say WooDPeckers takes this round. So that actually puts them in the lead, which we were underestimating them at the beginning with the medium format, but I guess it's working out for them. So that's putting them in the lead, making the score 2-1 overall, 2-0 for this round. So, yeah, good play by WooDPeckers. Let's see how it works next round. I guess they really wanted to prove you wrong. Yeah.
Well, if I'm not wrong, this is match for I think final of the loser bracket, grand final, right?
Yeah. Well, no. This is the semifinals of the losers bracket, and then they have the losers bracket final, in which whoever wins this will go to verse the lovely team of Penguins.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins that goes to the grand final to verse Synergy.
So that means whoever wins this match is guaranteed with at least bronze paint. Wow.
Interesting. That's yeah, it's not bad.
Well, for the third place, they are getting 12 million crystals to be split between players, 5,000 rubles in Thank You Online shop. You can buy paints, containers, anything you want. Each player will be getting 50 containers, bronze paint, gladiator paint, and Spectrum C. Wow. Well, can you say no to that?
Nope. I mean, technically, I did just say no, but when I say no, I mean I say no as in I mean no, I cannot say no to that. Hence, no. So, but yeah, definitely. I mean, I would love that any day. But right now, I think, yeah, for this round, I think it's like the 4th or 5th place prize or something like that. So whoever loses this, they still get a prize.
Yeah.
But not as much as they would usually get if they proceeded forward. I will check. Yeah, so I think it's got to be the 4th to 5th place prize. Obviously, they still get a paint. So if they lose this, they still get gladiator. Which, I mean, some people say it's a terrible paint. I think if you were able to get it, you definitely did something right. So yeah, I mean,
well.
Either way, you're still gonna get a decent amount of crystals to split among the team, and you're gonna get a decent amount of batteries and gold boxes. And then at the end of the day, like I said, you will get gladiators. So either way, these teams are already guaranteed a minimum of a paint, which gladiator is not bad.
Gladiator is actually very, very good. Like, I wouldn't mind if I had gladiator.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion, it's the best looking paint in game right now, but as we know, it's not easy to get.
Exactly. I mean, and there's a reason why it's an achievement. Like if you look at the profile, there's an achievement for I think it's like conquer the arena or something, and then it's like get the gladiator paint.
Yeah, it is conquer the arena.
Oh, okay, I remember that. Wow, surprising. But yeah, so like if you have that, hey, there you go. I mean, you got an achievement on your profile. I don't know if those achievements stay forever once you get them. I think it would be cool if they did. I don't think they actually do though.
Nope. After you lose gladiator, the achievement goes away. Like, that's bad. If you won gladiator, people should know that. Like, it should stay.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that it is a decent prize to have. At least, you're getting a paint, you're getting crystals, etc. It's better than having like nothing. So, I mean, it works. It works.
It does. It really does.
So let's see what's going on in the chat. Well, so many hearts. It's okay. Interesting. It's I don't know.
Yeah, guys, don't send us hearts because, yeah, I guess you are boys. We are boys.
Yeah,
Not
well,
so
I mean,
cool.
everybody's entitled to, whatever they want. They can be whatever,
Yeah.
We don't judge. It's 2018, 2018, 2019 soon. Look how far we've gotten. Like, felt like 2018 just started the other day, and now it's like it's the day after Thanksgiving. Like, Christmas was right around the corner. For those of you who celebrate it, like, that's like amazing because it really did feel like it just started. Like it does feel 2018 just started. Like, I remember watching the ball drop in New York. I mean, I live here, so I mean, except that's the thing. People make such a big deal over the ball dropping in New York City. I live here, so I mean, I don't go and watch the ball drop. I just kind of go to my TV and watch it. Because if you go to Times Square in New York City, the ball is always there. Like, if you want to see a ball drop, go play basketball. Simple as that. It's like the ball is always there. So if you want to just come visit New York whenever, and you'll see it's there. Like it's not going anywhere. I mean,
Well,
it's just like
yeah.
I mean, it is a pretty important moment. You know, like a lot of people, I guess, really like to see it, but for me, it's not really that special. It's just a ball. Like if you want to see a ball drop, go play a sport. Like it's simple as that. I like so many. I mean, I get it. Also depends on where you live. Like for example, if you live in like Italy and you live by the water, like in Venice or something like that, and you know it looks really nice down there. Like for example, somebody like me who lives in this big city would be like, yeah, that's so cool, that's amazing. But then people who live there are like, I don't know what you mean. It's not that big. It's just water. Like, and then for me, it's like when people come over here and they see the Empire State Building and the Freedom Tower, they're like, oh hey, look, oh my God, it's so cool. Like it's the Empire State Building. I'm like, it's just another building. Like,
Yeah, well,
so yeah.
personally, I would like to see that New Year celebration on Times Square. That looks so nice, man. Like, when I watch it on TV, it's really, really nice. Like, who wouldn't want to be there?
I mean, you know, obviously it depends. Some people would, some people wouldn't. I know some people definitely would not like to. We can definitely vouch for some people who may be in this live stream, may be watching this live stream. Somebody who may actually be doing the live stream. Not mentioning any names, but yeah, that's all that. But I mean, definitely, you know, it's just like I said though. It's for me, it's just another ball, but I can kind of understand how people find a lot of excitement out of it. Obviously, it's not something you see every day, and you know, technically, you know, every yeah, like it depends. It depends. It's all debatable. Some people don't even have the luxury of playing sports, unfortunately. So, you know, I mean, I guess seeing a ball drop is amazing if you don't have that luxury. But I mean, I think it would be kind of easy to form your own ball. It's just at the same time, I don't know. I mean, I live in a city. I live in a country where, you know, you kind of have a decent amount of stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah, well,
you know,
like,
it all.
yeah, like my country isn't so good with that, all that stuff. Like there's much things to see, but it's mostly nature. Like you don't have something like Times Square or anything. It's only mountains and other stuff, which are also nice to see. And yeah, I've been there a lot. Do you guys like visiting nature places, or you prefer in New York and Times Square?
Well, I mean, since I've been living in the city all my life, obviously I like nature. I like getting out. I just don't like some things about nature, like for example, mosquitoes and
Snakes.
I do take a interest in snakes, but obviously not if they're right in front of me and there's not something like in between us and that prevents them from biting me. But obviously at the same time, if you know you're a snake species, you'll be all right. So that, and you know, I mean, I've been out of the city. I've experienced nature in its finest. So you know, it's it's depends. It depends. I mean, but like I said, there's obviously some things I like about nature. There's some things I don't like about nature. But hey, what are you gonna do?
There's a lot of nice things in nature, like, but also everything has its good and bad side.
Yeah, that is true. So, you know, it's it all depends on the person and you know what they take interest in and what they enjoy. I mean, like I said, for me, it's I mean, it all depends for me. Sometimes I'd rather be in the city. Sometimes I'd rather be out free, you know, like just having my freedom.
Yeah, well, it all depends on your personality. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Perspective and a lot of things kind of go into it. So it does all depend for us.
Yeah, so right now we are going to see Kubaka CP, as we did like in 2 or 3 matches until now. I'm not so sure, but I'm sure we've seen it in at least 2 matches until now, and Gubaka was very, very interesting, and the rounds were so close in CP mode because it has 5 points and it's just not easy to play CP in this kind of matches.
Yeah, I mean that definitely. We'll see how it works out. I mean, right now we're just I guess they're kind of doing their own thing. They're getting set up currently, so we're just here talking to you guys in the chat. Some people are saying some small talk is cringy. Well, hey, I mean, we gotta improvise somehow. I mean, just then make some real talk. Tell what do you want to talk about? I mean, we're reading the chat. We're actively seeing what you guys are writing. So, what do you guys what do you guys want to talk about? How's life? Is life good? Hopefully, life is good. Life is something that's relatively important. Oh, okay. Well, that was very interesting. I heard something very interesting. But I'm not gonna say that. It's
That's
it's
a bit
obviously
provocative. Yeah.
yeah, it's unique. It's that person who said it is a very unique person. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to give a shout out to our broadcaster, our lovely broadcaster, Unknown Angels. You guys know him already. He's the person who will drop gold boxes for you when you spam him with friend requests. So definitely do that. I'm pretty sure he's been dropping gold boxes for you lately. I know he dropped some for me and Balsa the other day, right? Because we added him.
20 for me, man.
Yeah, he dropped 20 for us. It was like he dropped 20 for you, dropped 20 for me. He has all those gold boxes in the world. And then I start voice cracking too. And then, but obviously that's yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a good person. So definitely hit him up with those friend requests. He will do like gold reigns for you all day. I don't know if he included his name in the description. No, he doesn't because he wants you guys to figure it out. But you guys can figure it out. You can find him on the forums. He holds a decent amount of positions on the events and esports team. So definitely go check him out. He'll hook you up.
Yeah, well, he's a good guy. He loves you guys, and I'm sure he'll drop a few gold boxes for you. Like,
yeah, 100%. No, we're definitely not lying. We're saying the truth. Simple as that.
Nah, he's good guy.
Yeah. So let's see. See what's going on in the chat. What's his name? Well, you gotta go find that on the forums. I mean, I don't even know how to write his name properly. I just go copy paste it from the forums. Let's see.
So we've got 1 minute until the beginning of Gubaka CP.
Yeah.
Okay, so players pretty much same ones from medium format, but there might be some changes until it starts. Not
Yeah.
sure, so.
Definitely. People are like, that's kind of the thing. Just go back and forth, get ready, get things set up. Obviously there's always some background stuff that's going on. It's not always like, oh, the match is right in front of you. You get to jump right into it. It's like, there's planning. There's things that have to be worked out. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then you could do this. So.
Yeah, well, people are selfing right now, and we are going to start right now as players spawn. So, as we see, Woods are going to take points D and C for sure. Or no? They didn't go for
Yep.
C?
We're going for it. Yep. There you go. So, starting off, here we go. Interesting. So, already... C and E being controlled by Blue, or at least C is actually having a little bit of a fight there. But yep, LBJ coming in clutch with the C to healing his teammates, so C's gonna go to them. CP is capture points is something that we can see. It's not really like something that's amazing. It's not like CTF where everything's on it. It's just people capture points. I mean, one thing about capture points is the turnout of the game can shift very quickly. 1 second one team can be 10 points ahead, and then the next minute it's like the other team is 10 points ahead. It's like I like the way they did it though, because it gives a lot more of a chance. It makes the game go longer. It's more balanced in my opinion. So
Uh, do you see this? Like nobody's on point A. They're all just on the side points. This is like first player who went point A in like last 1 minute. Woody, like I don't know. In past matches, we've seen a lot of players going just point A, and maybe like one or two players focusing on other points.
Yeah, but I think the counter to that is, at least in that one, the reason why so many people were at A, because it was hard format, so people were using heavy hulls. So, they're not obviously going to move around that much. At point A, you got a view of the whole map, so they're just kind of sitting there taking the shots, eating them because they're heavy hulls and doing a lot of damage. So, I mean, in this case, it's medium, so people are running around with, with lighter hulls and medium hulls instead of heavy hulls included, and they're just kind of running and capturing and capturing and going back and capturing and going back and capturing and going back and capturing and over and over and over and over as repetition, as you can see.
Yeah, lol. So, as we see for now, both teams are pretty equal at this format. Though, personally,
Yeah.
I really thought that Eternity is going to be at least a bit better at this format than Woodpeckers, but I was also wrong for medium and XPVP, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you can see, we were already about 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the round, and there's only been 2 points that are actually like a team has only earned 2 points. Like you see how that shifts and how it's like so fast. Like right now, you can see that technically Woodpeckers is in the lead, but now look who just caught up, and now it's 1-1. Like, yeah. I mean, in my opinion, the CP modes, when you see like CP played, it's close. It's like close together, like we saw last time. It was like 4 points off.
Yeah, well, look at this. It's like 3 minutes passed, and it's 2-0. Like teams are being pretty tough on each other and not letting others dominate too much, not letting others taking control of the map. Like that's pretty much what they just need to do in this format, and they're okay until the end of the match. Because in last 1 minute, everybody just goes pushes and do whatever they can just to win by that 1 or 2 points difference.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. I mean, I coordination does matter a lot. You can see right now, Woodpeckers was controlling all the points on the map for a second, so that's why they just jumped to 7-0. Obviously you can see now, look who's making that comeback. A's getting lost, like
Yep.
now they're
4 points.
It's like, yeah, exactly. So it's a back and forth thing. It all depends. In my opinion, coordination does matter a lot because if somebody's gonna go for a certain point, like say, okay, hey, I'm gonna go for this point. There's nobody over here. You go for that point. Like you gotta coordinate. You gotta say what you're going for. Who's coming near you? Say, hey, I need help here. Hey, I need help there. All depends, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, look now. It's 5-4, and like they've had 4 points for only like 10 seconds, and still managed to pretty much come back out of that situation. But I see Woods controlling like 3 points all of the time, like until now. They're doing very well. I like this.
Yeah.
I like how they play. I like that very much.
Yeah, they're doing their like I said, Woodpeckers has been around for a while, so they're very experienced. They know what they're doing. Tolo is really doing a lot of controlling at that point B. Even though he has no supplies, he's getting those good mine placements and doing a lot of damage, as we can see. So it's some people are really good at controlling certain areas, as we can see. But it's just this kind of gameplay is just you see it. People are going for it back and forth. There's nothing really to, you just watch it. Just watch it go down, and mention a few things here and there. Like right now, 10-5. So Woodpeckers is having a decent lead, but you can always see that, slowly by slowly, little by little, Eternity is kind of catching up to them a little bit.
Yeah, well, they're trying to really hard, but Woodpeckers are still doing very well, and keeping them off their points and making sure they always have 3 points in their lead.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, point B and point C are very important points because from those positions you have the direct view of point A, which like it's so open. It's so easy to just shoot in there. Same like for point D and E, you don't have as good a perspective on point A as you do at B and C, and you don't even have a good perspective on C or B from point E or even D for that matter, because like there's you have those you have like some land blocking you or some concrete and some barriers there. Like it all depends. So I think point B and point C are very important points to have because you have a very good view of other points from there. You can see A and C, you can see A and B, as opposed to D and E, which
Yeah,
are
well,
like yeah.
as much as we talk about that, like, look, point C, if there's a close range weapon at there taking the point, and like you've got a railgun who's told just go C and snipe A. It's not really
Yeah,
easy for the railgun to kill a close range weapon because he will need to struggle like a lot because
exactly. Yeah,
yeah, but
but
usually a railgun should go for that position and for sniping or something very long range.
yeah, and that's literally exactly what I was about to say right when you said it. I was gonna say, the longer range turrets, people who have like smokies and thunders and shafts and rail guns, etc., should be focusing on like B and C, in my opinion. And then the
Yeah,
people who have the short ranges, like Firebird, Freeze, Aceta, Hammer, Twins, etc., they should kind of focus on D and E because those are corners. People are gonna come right around those corners, and you're just gonna have to shoot them. Like in A, same thing. A doesn't really matter. You can go for whatever there because you can kind of hit anything from there. So you can hit C, you can hit B. It'll be depending on your angle. You'll be able to hit D to an extent. It always depends on your angle.
yeah.
Um,
Look at this, 17-17, and 1.5 minutes until the end.
exactly.
Woodpeckers took 4 points and are keeping them for quite a while right now. Like, look at that. It's going to be 20-15 or maybe even 14. But they're doing amazing. Like, they have all 5 points. Wow. Not now.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did put they did really put Eternity Advanced in a hard position there because they were like they had their spawn all blocked up pretty much. Like they put them in a hard position for them to get out. So you saw all the blue players kind of clustered and all the red players like pushing them back because they were all in that one corner where Odd is right now on the map. Like he's over there in that area. So they were really preventing them from getting any point while you had a few people sneak for C. Now obviously they're making a comeback right now though. Look at that.
Look at
20 to
that.
19. So
Last minute comeback.
I don't
Like,
know.
we
See,
always
this is
see
the
that.
thing. I don't know. Like this is it's CP. It's random right now. Team point. I was about to say team pointers. Eternity Advance does have some more points. 19 to 19. I can't make AC. Unfortunately, in CP, for those asking for the hacker joke, I can't make a hacker joke in CP. It's impossible because like 1 second everything can change. So
Look at that. Daxar taking over point C, blocking the other guy from coming there, just capturing it, and I think pretty much ensuring that his team is going to win
you
as they
see,
have 5 points. Wow.
you see that like that comeback because you just saw Woodpeckers had it all, and now Eternity Advance comes back and takes it all. So
Wow,
now
this was
that's
amazing.
exactly 18 to 23. That's why I don't comment so much on CP because like you never know. It's not like capture the flag. Like if you capture the flag, the other team doesn't lose a flag. If you capture a point, the other you start to gain points, and then sometimes the other team starts to lose points. So it's like a back and forth thing where you don't know what's gonna happen. 1 second you got one thing going on, the next second the entire match has changed. So in my opinion, that all depends. So right now, score is 2-2. Um, yeah,
Yeah, well, 2-2 with a lot more to play and everything can happen. And what can we say? Like, both teams are pretty much doing great and not letting other team dominate too much. Yeah. They're just
Yeah.
like you can see that they are top clans, like top 4 clans, and that's pretty much all you need to see and say before the match. Like you won't see a bad battle if you have top 4 clans playing between each other.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, we'll see how it works out. I mean, there's still some, now we're getting into it. But real quick, I don't even think I've done this all stream. For those who are just joining us, we're streaming the semifinals of the losers bracket in the 11th Clan Championship. Out here on the battlefield, we got Eternity Advanced and WooDPeckers. So far, it has been definitely a match. Eternity Advanced, WooDPeckers really not giving each other a chance. Some rounds they're tying, the others one is winning, and then the other one's winning, and then the other one's winning, and they're not giving each other a chance. So right now, we're moving into the 6th round in general, and right now the score is 2-2. We still have a little bit more to be played. I believe 10 rounds that we're gonna go for. So obviously 4 more rounds, and if yeah, I mean that could depend though. If a certain team makes a comeback and holds on to it. But I don't know. I mean, it's relatively close right now, and I mean, I don't want to see a tiebreaker played, but I mean, I don't know.
Why do you not want to see tiebreaker played?
Because it's more time.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It would be
start my
interesting.
day.
Yeah.
I want to start my day. I haven't, because I woke up very late. Because as I said earlier, I was at a Thanksgiving little get together last night, so I didn't get home until like much later, like maybe midnight. And then I stayed up for a couple hours. So after that, because it was like, I just ate food. I'm still energized. And then eventually I played some games, fell asleep, and kind of went from there. So like I just woke up, and now I'm here, and then want to start my day, get some stuff done, run some errands.
Yeah, lucky you. Like I was already at school today. Like it's night. It's 7:37 p.m. I'm gonna finish this stream, then just go out with my friends, maybe some girls. Who knows?
Well, have fun with that.
Thank you.
But yeah, so already
we've started.
Yeah, 1 minute already in, and you have like 4 points already captured. You see, that's like, I don't even want to speak on it. I just want to watch it. I just want to see it go down, because it's just 1 second you got one thing, the next second you got another thing. Like I said, I mean, C and B should, in my opinion, be those like long to medium range turrets, and then like D and E should be medium to short range, and then A is just everything except for like certain long range turrets like shaft and railgun. In my opinion, shaft and railgun should definitely not go for point A.
Look at that. Like we said, like there was Tolokonikov and Legias right there on point B, and both of them have railguns. Like the teams are using the things we said before. Like that's
yeah.
Well, we were not wrong.
I mean, that's their experience. They know what they're doing. They've been around here for a while. I mean, you can see Tolo's doing a fair amount of damage on Legias over here. And he obviously is doing much. I mean, Duxar's coming in with the hammer. Person's trying to do some damage to him, but has no double armor, and Person's one shot, dead, boom, done.
Vanka is there versus See the Sun on point C, just capturing the point C without having to use his repair kit. Look at that. That was a smart move. Like, he was just like 2 HP and went back, took the repair kit there, and healed himself up to max and kept this point C safe for now. They have 5 points. They got all of the points right now, and they are making a big lead now.
No, definitely. But I mean, it is interesting. We'll see how it works out. 13-4. I mean, like I said, it's still anybody's game. Like one thing can happen, another thing can happen, and like it could just, things can change like that. Like one team has it all, and the next second, another team has it all, as we saw pretty much the last round, as it was relatively close.
Yeah, well, that's CP. Like you can expect anything to happen
Yeah.
in a short range of time. Yeah.
One thing I've noticed is throughout this entire stream in general, it's definitely been very interesting. It's been close. Like nobody is giving anybody a chance. Like it's the fight is on.
Yeah, well, this is like the first time we see that, but though we've seen that in, I think, Penguins versus Synergy. I'm not sure. Don't
Don't quote you on
don't
it.
believe me. Yeah,
Yeah, don't
but
quote you on it.
I don't know. Like, this is the match I like the most. Like, it's the most interesting match out of all matches we've been watching right till now. And it's
Mhm.
yeah, it's a semi-final of losers bracket. Or
So,
like Russians say, mini final.
but I'm gonna say one thing. One thing we haven't noticed is nobody's used Striker. Nobody has used Magnum throughout this entire stream. Nobody.
Nobody,
Like,
yeah.
like you were obviously allowed to use it, and at one point, I mean, you can use Striker right now. It's just nobody uses it.
Well,
It's
Striker, I prefer using Striker. Like when it came out, I got it on M4, and I really like that weapon. I'm not sure why they're not using it, especially because there's new alterations. You've got an alteration where you don't deal yourself. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Like you can't use any alterations here, but still, it's a very good choice in my opinion.
Yeah, like so according to the list of alterations, Striker and Magnum alterations are forbidden. I mean, obviously on here you can't, but like in general, that kind of thing is pretty interesting to see. Now, in I think it would be pretty cool to see Striker and Magnum being used, especially Striker. It all depends though. I mean, it we'll see how it works. I mean, I think Striker is definitely good for shooting in a group, um, as opposed to I mean, even Magnum is actually good at shooting. Like both are very good at shooting for clusters and groups of people, just because of the amount of damage they do, that splash damage that they have. They're both very powerful turrets. I've seen Striker and Magnum definitely use a lot. I've seen it actually used a lot more in CP, and Assault.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
Isida is, I don't know. Well, it's not weapon you can use anywhere because you have to chase after your players and heal them. Unless you don't heal your teammate, Isida is, uh, I can't say useless, but it's not so useful.
oh, are you talking like the Sita has to heal the Striker and Magnum? Is that what you meant?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
because Striker and Magnum can't really do much by themselves because like Magnum, if you're at close range, you have to shoot yourself and deal a lot of damage to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, at
Striker
the same
also.
time, it's also good. Like that's why most people use it with like a heavy hull. Um,
Yeah,
the one thing I'm definitely gonna say about Striker and Magnum, as I said just now, it's very good at, uh, like for shooting at clusters of people, like at groups and groups of people. It's definitely good for that. Um, as opposed to not being able to.
well, yeah.
So
Imagine a Magnum on point C or on point B shooting point A when everybody comes there.
yeah, that
That
that would be pretty powerful. But then at the same time, as you said before, if somebody comes to them, they'll be pretty defenseless. The one thing, I mean, Striker is not that bad at a short range too. Um, I mean, obviously you're doing damage to yourself, but it also depends on the type of hull you're using. If you're using a hull that can handle it, and if you're using protection, that's another thing we have to take into account. If you're using
yeah.
protection against Striker, or if you're using protection against Magnum with others, that works out very well. And as we know, which this is an update that I really enjoy, you can combine any not alteration, any module together. So if you want to have like Striker and Firebird and the Cedar protection, you can have it all. And then if the next second you want to have, like striker, firebird, and freeze protection, you can have that now because you can change it. You don't have to get like a group of alterations. You can just change that alterations modules. I'm sorry, we've been talking about alterations all day. So it's like you can change it. So that works out really well in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
At least-
did you see Mr. Vanka blocking 2 players right there on point C? Like, his twins dealt a lot of damage to them, so Image could come and just kill them, but he also kept the point for some seconds and keep getting them off the point, like blocking them. That was very, very nice move, and he's a very good player at this mode.
Definitely. Now, in regards to the match itself, 1 minute left. We see a really Eternity Advance did make a really big comeback this round, though. Look how big the gap is right now as opposed to last round. We didn't really see gaps going over 10 points. Obviously, I mean, if they were able to capture all points right now and hold on to it, they could win. I don't see it happening though. I see Eternity Advance really has got it together. Their coordination is on point. And now look, they just captured all points instead of Woodpeckers. So,
Whoa.
yeah, I'm willing to say that they're probably gonna take this round, which that's
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are gonna, because this is pretty big lead.
yeah. So, I mean, obviously some people are asking me to make the hacker joke. I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't. I mean,
You
even
can
though
say
the
it now.
point is big. Well, we're gonna have a little bit more CTF, so don't worry. We can say it. We can say it then. But yeah, so this is gonna be that. So obviously now Eternity Advance takes the lead, making the overall score 3-2. And in this match alone, 50-29. Very good comeback by Eternity Advance. Really did not give Woodpeckers much of a chance this round. At least I'll give them that one. They really went on to it. They were hard. They were like, yeah, no, you're not getting it. We got it. It's ours. It's etc. Blah 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 blah. So it works out. Indeed, it does, as always. But yeah. So definitely interesting. So I think we're gonna be switching maps now. We should be going to. I gotta check. We should be going to the forest map again.
XP, I think, is the format. XPBP, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be XP on forest CTF. Obviously, we could be wrong. We'll wait and see once we get in there, and then after that, based on what's been crossed out, we'll be playing Solocoms in the matchmaking mode. So, or like not in the matchmaking mode, but on the matchmaking map version thingy of the map thing. So there you go.
Well, as we have XPBP format now, I think Woods have bigger chance to get these rounds than Eternity. But I'm not so sure. But like, I see Woodpeckers a lot in tanky in XPBP, and Eternity players, I don't really see them in maps like at the normal time. I think they only do that on trainings. But yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see. But not sure. If Eternity wins both rounds, they are winners of the whole match, because it would be like 5-2 with 2 more rounds remaining, and no chance, like those 2 rounds would be pointless.
Definitely.
Yep, so who do you think is going
Works.
to win XPVP? Like, did you see one team is better than the other in XPVP, or in light format? Like, I got confused. But yeah.
I mean, both teams have a lot of experience. Let's not underestimate Eternity Advance, because they've been team pointers, they've been other clans. They're very, very experienced. For me, I'm not gonna give it to anybody yet. For me, it's just watch and see it. See what happens. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, well, this format will be a much different because like you saw, the Smokies were a key thing in the other format, and this is just going to be without Smokies, just railguns. And yeah, Tony Cruz pretty much dominated that second round of light format. And the first one, Megacrit did better than all the others on map, so who knows?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, we'll see how it works. I don't know. Like I said, I'm indifferent. I mean, you know, WooDPeckers is very experienced. They have done a lot. But like I said, at the same time, Eternity Advanced and their players have definitely been around the block. We've seen them a lot recently in the esports scene. They're pretty much participating and getting their hand in everything that they can. And, you know, obviously their players are on point. You know, they have very good players, and same thing with WooDPeckers. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, let's look at chat for a few minutes.
See what's going on with you guys.
Yeah.
Lots of questions about promo codes. I believe we do have promo codes for the streams. You know, just to clarify, guys, if the promo code is invalid, or if it's not working for you guys, you know, you can only redeem a promo code once. So it's like first come, first serve. So if it's not working or whatever, it's already been redeemed by somebody else. So that means you're a little bit too late. So you have to be the fastest. You have to be watching the stream. You have to be the most active person. You have to watch. It's like, because we post them at random times. We just post them. You know, obviously we try and get 2 promo codes per round. So, you know, that way, like today, if we stream 10 rounds, there should have been 20 promo codes that were given away. But obviously, that all depends. Sometimes we might not be able to, or other circumstances come up in the way, you know, so don't always expect us to have promo codes. You know, it's just, and plus, I mean, if you are here, I mean, you know, I would think you guys are here to watch the stream and chat with us and have a good time, not just be here for a promo code. But obviously, some people just want the rewards. So if you want it, I mean, it's all you. It's all you. It's on you. We enjoy this though. Me and I'm pretty sure our broadcasters and some of our loyal viewers out there, and I know Balsa also probably enjoys just watching the action, you know, speaking over it.
Yeah, well, that's pretty nice to have, like, live action, talking about it. It's pretty nice feeling. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, in all honesty, like in real, like it just in the game in general, you don't get to see live action happen often. If you want to go watch action, you have to play in the battle. You can't just sit back and watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. Like in my opinion, it's like, oh, well, this is a perk, because, you know, you guys as viewers, you get to just sit back and watch it. I mean, you can watch YouTube videos, but at the same time, that already happened. This is live. This is what's happening right now. We're seeing it happen, like, right now. It's live. And, you know, I mean, same thing with me. You know, it's just, I like to see it happen. I like to watch it. I like to be there. I like to know what it, you know, I like being part of it, as opposed to just coming on and being here for a promo code and then just leaving.
Yeah, like, the advantage of our streams is that you always have, like, one of the best players playing and getting streamed, so you guys can watch interesting matches, not just boring ones or some YouTube videos which are old. Like, live action, good teams, good players, a lot of action, and yeah, pretty intense matches. That's pretty nice to watch, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I concur. I mean, it's all depends. I mean, you know, obviously it's different for every player, though. Some people just want some promo codes, and
yeah, well,
that's on them. That's on them. You know, if they're the first ones to come and get it, then they are. Simple as that. You know.
So yeah, if you get the promo code, well, you are really fast. Like, I've tried that a few times, but didn't really go well.
Yeah, like, I know in like those community streams and stuff, I would try, but you know, I mean, most of the time I would just leave it for the players, just because, you guys deserve it more than us. I mean, I feel like you guys deserve it more than me, but I've tried a few times, and even then, it's impossible. Like the only time it's good or easy to get a promo code if you have to like do a contest for it, like on the Facebook page. I know they post like some of those promo codes, and then they put the blank letters, and then you have to like match them up, and you have to figure it out. Like, okay, here's a puzzle. Here's, you got to figure out this letter, or you got to figure out that number, or whatever, and then you can get whatever. So like, I like that. Or if it's posted somewhere, you can get it, or if you win it from a contest, etc. But like, getting it from streams, that's one of the hardest ways, in my opinion. Unless you only have like one person watching the stream. If you're only one person watching the stream, I don't really think you're gonna have any competition because you're the only person watching.
Yeah, well, one guy asked how you get codes, man. How do you mean, like, how you get codes? Like, how do we get codes, or how do you guys get codes? If you mean how do you guys get codes, when it appears on screen, you just have to rewrite it in the tanky game, and if you are fast enough, then you will get it. But I don't know. There's pretty fast players here.
Yeah, definitely. I believe that. Somebody asked which format shows the most skill in your guys' opinions, and which map. That depends. Everybody's different at everything. I mean, I don't know. It's every turret is unique. Every hole is unique. Everything is different. Well, actually no, not a hole. Well, some holes are. Well, no, actually, holes are unique. I mean, they might be the same in health and armor, but then you have to take a lot of things into account. People don't do that. People just look at speed and armor. No, you have pushing power, weight. What else? Like traction, things like that. Maneuverability. Those things you have to take into account. Like, for example, if you're an advocate gold hunter, weight and pushing power, that is something you want to have more of. Maneuverability too. I would say, like being able to turn and move around, your traction, stuff like that. That is important too. I mean, you don't want to just be in a tank that is hard to control. You want to be in a tank that you can control. You know what to do. You know how it moves. You got a feel for it. You know what I mean? So I think it depends on that. And for which map, every map is different too. It all depends. It's not something we can actually just say, or at least it's not something I can just say. I don't know about Balsa, but for me, I can't just say it because it all depends. It's random.
Well, in my opinion, I think XPBP and light format are the formats which determine your skill pretty much, because like me personally, I was just playing XPBP until like I don't know, like until I started playing esports a bit more serious, because XPBP is the main format of the game. Like everybody knows it. You can play it any time in the game. Like you even got it in a format section, but like medium, light, hard, you don't have all those in the format section in the game, so you can't play them really often. And about XPBP players, I think XPBP players, if you're a really good one, you can play well, most of the formats of this game. At least you can play every format very well, except from hard format, because hard format is really more such a different format than the other formats.
Yeah, I mean, hard format is just pretty like it's pretty much just like playing any regular battle. It's I mean, you like have everything. I mean, obviously there's a few restrictions, but obviously not being able to use new unique modules. But it's not exactly every day out on the battlefield you see somebody using a unique module. In my opinion.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. I mean, you come across them. You come across some people who get Helper of the Month, and they have Spectrum MB and stuff like that. And you'll see some people who become. I think Spectrum MB is the most common Spectrum module in my opinion. MA and MC I see much is like much less. Spectrum MA I have seen more than Spectrum MC actually. I think I've only seen Spectrum MC like once or twice, and that's actually on our broadcast here right now on Orange. I've only seen him with Spectrum MC. I have never seen anybody else use it. I've only seen MB mainly, and a few people with MA. Like I know people with Champion. I remember Lankbov, who has been pretty an advocate player during this tournament, had a Champion at one point, and I saw him with Spectrum MA a few times, and some other players. But Spectrum MC, I feel like that's what you see the least, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know. I've seen Spectrum MC a lot in XPVP battles. Like, no, what the hell am I talking about? Like, I've seen that module on bronze players. Like, when I get into a battle in like Polygon, not XPVP, the normal battle, I see a bronze player with MC, but like, I've kept joining battles, and he kept joining my battles. So, yeah. Yeah, well, like champion players, don't see them very often, to be honest, and they're not the only ones, but they have MA, and that's like the best module you can get in this game because it has 25% protection to all of the turrets and mines. So that's like amazing module.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is definitely one that a lot of people would want. I mean, even Spectrum MB, like even at 20%, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it is noticeable. It does do a fair amount, but at the same time, 25 is a fair amount of protection. It really is. Because remember, we're using percentages. We're not using like decimals and fractions and stuff. This is percentages. For those of you who have gone to school or still in school, I'm pretty sure you guys would be familiar with how percentages work. So percentages and things like that. That's 25% protection against that specific turret. So obviously it takes all of that turret's characteristics into account, and it gives you 25% protection against that stuff. So when I say that, I mean like damage, etc. So it definitely is one that you do want to have, because 25 is a lot more than 20. People don't realize that, but like having like 25% protection against something as opposed to 20%, if you do math and if you know how to do it, it's a lot more. It really is.
Yep. So as we see, Woods are pulling the flag. Tolokonikov there with person behind him. I think this could be a capture, as we see only 3 players. Yeah, 3 players who are killing the opponent players. Yeah, and the return.
Ooh,
so fast.
No, Bogdan.
No, whoa.
Hello, Dockstar coming in. He's gonna pull the flag from the other end. I'm about to sneeze.
He's not able. Yep.
I'm about to sneeze. Yep. Shoo.
It's
Okay.
a capture.
Shoo, and I'm okay. My apologies. I had to sneeze, and I think it's because I just got so excited for a second. I was like, "Whoa, what's gonna happen here?" And there you go. Score 1-0. So the lovely team of Team WooDPeckers, or just WooDPeckers, in the lead, taking it. So 5 minutes in, score 1-0 already. We'll see how it works. Semgrand running with it, backed up by Mega Pip Tolo, of course, with that shot. And you see, look, Semgrand went for it. That was a very bad move, and that cost him that flag. If he went right past, then maybe he could have gotten away with it, but he decided to go for it. Excuse me.
Okay, so I think it's 1-1. Like, I'm pretty sure, because Provocator has DA and Nitro, though Bogdan there with double armor. Provocator just going there on 4 enemy players. Whoa, what are you doing, man?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's not. You see, I don't think provocative or provocator, or however you say his name, should have just sat there at that house. He sat there at that house for like 2 seconds. He hesitated, and I think that was a very bad move. If you went and you tried to shoot him, or you knocked his aim off or whatever, you could have easily got that capture. Yep, exactly. And as I was saying, he runs in, gets the return, and actually is about to take that flag and capture it. Unless Person and Bogdan are going to do enough damage, but that doesn't happen. So score 1-1, 4 minutes in, and yeah.
Daxar already, Daxar is already pushing with another flag. Ugh, no, he gets slayed out by Tony Cross and Tolokonikov, but that was a nice try as he was there alone, at least for a second. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, so we see 4 players of WooDPeckers are trying to go for the flag, but Mega Crit and Provocator are there. They're going to try to stop them, but I don't know if they will do it pretty easily. Yeah, maybe because nobody saw Provocator and Sam Grand there, so yeah, they could just give rails so easily and not take any damage. Ooh, but
yeah,
one guy missed Bogdan there. Did you see that? Like, now
yeah, he was
that
close.
shot. Yeah, what we were talking about before, like that one shot can change this game. Like, look at that. This can be a capture as Tony has DA and there's nobody on that side.
Yeah,
So,
but look at the other side though.
Yeah, Sam Grand is 1 with DA. He's dead. Mega Crit is dead. Simenovic is 1 shot as well as Daxar, and yeah, this is a capture.
Yep. So score 2-1. I think it might be one of those things where it's like on and off. So 1 second, somebody else gets it, then the next time when somebody captures, they capture, then they capture, and then they capture. And I think it might be a back and forth thing until somebody has more or they tie. And right now, I mean, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Still anybody's game. They can still team. I was about to say team pointers again. Eternity Advanced can still come back. I mean, they can still end up winning this round. We'll see how it works. Semenovic right now making the push. But, you saw the way he juked Tolo right there? Did you see how he just stopped?
Wow.
And he just turned that. He was like, whoosh. And I was like, whoa. My eyes lit up as I saw that happen. I was like, that's skill. That was
skill. Very nice. Wow. That's really, yeah.
Yeah, Tolo. Rocking it. Good job for Tolo. Yeah, but it's interesting. We'll see how it works. I think right now, right side Person and Magna making a push, but Provocative and Mega Pit just they're just not having it today. I don't know.
Whoa.
1 minute 30 seconds. I mean, the only thing WooDPeckers really needs to do is defend at this point. Which,
well,
I mean, it looks like they're on, right? I mean,
yeah, it does, but still, if Eternity takes a DP and they're like they were a few seconds ago, like that could be an easy double or triple kill, and I don't know, maybe they could have taken the flag, but no DPs right now, no drops on the map, except for the double armor which Bogdan has taken, and Sam Grand on the other side, though nobody's in defense of Eternity. Okay, 2 guys coming.
Yep, Semenovic running with it. Woody tried to make the shot. Doesn't work. Tolo gets hit. See the sun coming in with that nitro. Very powerful. Tony trying to make the push. Get the return. Gets the shot. Takes the kill. Provocative or Provocator and Mega Pit making the push. Ooh, last second kill. Okay, run with it. He's running with it. And now Person's taking the flag. Actually doing very good with that defense. And Sam Grand getting some good shots off.
Look at that, Tolokonikov. Whoa, almost been a return. Tony Cruz there on top. They have to hurry up if they want to capture this.
20 seconds left. They need to go. 3-4 players pushing on the flag. Semenovic running with it. Person right there taking the flag, running with it. Are they going to kill him? They kill him. Oh, he gets killed. Oh, Tolo.
Whoa!
Okay.
Last second capture.
Not again.
Whoa.
Again. Yay. Okay. Well, that is the round. Always last second, as always, which, darn it, but okay, more time. So, score 2-2. So, it's a tie, but right now, Eternity Advanced is still in the lead by 3-2. So, overall, that is going to be score of 3-2 in general. So, right now, we're going to go into the 8th round. It's still anybody's game. They can still come back and they can still win, but I believe if Eternity Advanced wins this next round, if they play 2 more rounds, then WooDPeckers wins. Okay, okay. So if Eternity Advance wins the next 2 rounds, they got it.
Or tie
and
and
win.
win. Yeah.
If they got that, then that's it. That's game for them. So we're close. We're like right there ish.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think WooDPeckers will give up that easily. In my opinion, it's gonna be a 10-round game.
Definitely, no doubt about it. Yeah, but
yeah.
We'll see how it works. I have some high hopes right now for both teams actually, because like I said, I mean both teams are really putting up a good fight. They're coming back in last second. Like it's just I don't even know. Like it's amazing to see, but at the same time it's extra time.
Yeah, like do you see Eternity always comes in clutch like last seconds? Well, that's just nice. They play for just I don't know. That's not really safe because they wait for whole match and then just come last second, or it's just that Woods think that they won too early and I don't know. Maybe Woods get relaxed and just lose the flag or anything or points like they did in last 2 rounds of CP. So I don't know, like Woods do not play so serious in last minute like they play in first 9 minutes. I mean, it's not first 9 minutes then, but
yeah, we do. We have seen that. Like WooDPeckers plays very strong at the beginning, and then the last minute their defense just falls, and then the other team is able to make a counterattack. That is one thing I have noticed about WooDPeckers. That does happen. But right now, I mean, here goes the action. It's already begun, and like each side has 3 players attacking at once. Tolo, Person, Bogdan, other side, Provocative, Semenovic, Semgran, all going for it.
Ooh, minus Provocator.
Yeah, he gets flipped. Ooh, it's gotta hurt. That's the one thing about Railgun's Impact Force. It's just you can get flipped really easily.
Yeah, that was a nice shot by Max Holloway. Semenovic there trying to shoot Tony Cruz, manages to shoot Tony Cruz, and a nice shot by Mega Crit. He gave up there on his life to save his mate. I mean, to save the flag. Like that was really smart decision. And, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what teamwork's about. Not taking the glory, but your team taking the glory. That's good coordination, good sportsmanship, good teamwork. It's all about teamwork, family, etc. Teamwork is very big in a lot of these modes, and even in real life, teamwork is a very important thing. Especially to me, I do believe in teamwork a lot, and I do believe in a lot about teamwork making the dream work. So
yeah, true. Well, teamwork is key to everything. Like it's very, very important.
Yeah, like I said, man, I do believe in a lot about working together as a team. But I mean, obviously everything doesn't always work perfectly. But hey, what happens happens. You got to move past it. You got to take it day by day. If you have an argument one day, move on to the next. But right now we're at something called a forest standoff. So Woody and Duxar, each holding it at a good position on the map because you're holding it like not close to the flag, but just kind of outside of it. Obviously, back in the day, you had that element of surprise where some people would actually not know where the flag is. They think it would be on the other side. Today, especially with recent updates, you can see where the flag is on the map anywhere, anytime, anywhere. That's one thing I do miss about back in the day and watching these esports matches, because back in the day, you would see somebody go all the way to the other side, and we'd be like, nope, he's not over there, he's actually over there. And they don't know, and then eventually they see him, and now they start going over there, but they don't know. So now they always know, they know where to go, they know where to focus, etc. So I mean, that's kind of that.
I see Semenovic being pretty aggressive on the enemy's flag. Like he's always there on the high ground, trying to shoot the flag, but I don't know. He's not getting really much help from his teammates at that try of return, but maybe they will try to help him. And I think if they do help him, it could be a pretty easy return. But yeah, who am I to say something to top 4 teams? And yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, it's what it is. It all depends. I mean, at the end of the day, all these people are guaranteed at least a nice pain and a nice prize pool of crystals. So, at the end of the day, yeah, I'll take it. Like, I mean, like I said, at least you get a paint. At least you get something.
Yeah.
Some people obviously, because they've outperformed in the esports scene, and they think they've done better and they think they can do better. They obviously don't care about this stuff. But for people like ourselves and some other people, they care. But right now, that's the first capture of the match. 1-0.
For eternity, yeah. So, they do have to just go again for the capture, because 1-0 is not safe. It's not safe to play, especially as they need 1 round 1 and 1 tie to just go without that 1 more round, which can be pretty deciding about the match, especially because it's last round, and I don't know. If they play last round, I've got a feeling that Eternity is going to lose it, so I would not recommend them to go for that last round and relax.
Finish it as soon as possible, pretty much. I mean, the sooner you finish it, the better chance you have of winning it, pretty much. I mean, well, technically, no, that makes no sense. The sooner you win it, it's just the sooner you win it, you get it done, It's like, because if you win it, you win it. It's as simple as that. Try and get the biggest gap you can, and the more of a gap you get, the faster chance you have of winning. Obviously it all depends, but in this case, we've seen matches where, one team has such a big gap, and even if you play all the rest of the rounds, the other team still can't come back. So that is why we end some of these things early, because there's no possible way that they can come back. Like, literally, there's no way. Like, sometimes it's been where, the score is 5-0, and we have 5 more rounds to go, and basically this team now needs to win all 5 rounds, and they can't tie. If they tie, it's over. So they have to win. For the other team, they only have to tie. It's done. So it's that kind of thing where, it's big. It's like, wow,
Yeah, did you see Provocator just killing his teammate? That was so unfortunate.
But at the same time, that's something you have to notice, because sometimes if there's not really a threat, and if there's not really a threat, and it's kind of just neutral, everything is kind of good, it's good to have friendly fire on, and sometimes it's good to kill your own teammate. Why? Because that'll help them respawn faster, and that'll help, they can help with the defense, or they can help with whatever. So obviously, in my opinion, it's not always unfortunate. It's actually smart, and it's a good tactic to have.
Was that just a triple shot by Provocator? 3 players coming in attack to return the flag, and he just made triple shot, and that was very, very important for that situation. And well done.
I mean, at the end of the day, the players see everything we see, so they can see it all, just like us.
So it's 2-0. Less and less chances for WooDPeckers to win this round, but yeah, there's still hope. 3 minutes, but I don't think they could win. They could tie, but with trying very hard. But I'm not sure. This is a big lead for CTF.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people come back from this. Trust me, it's possible. It's just, at the same time, if you look at the team, you see their ethic on how they play, how they roll.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Yeah. No, I know, and like I said, that's why it'll definitely be a challenge. I mean, 2 minutes left. It is still technically anybody's game right now. Bogdan taking the flag, running with it. Tolo's right there. He's gonna do some damage. He's gonna take that flag. Probably get shot in the process. Oh no, he doesn't. He gets missed. Good with that BP. Semenovic.
Minus.
Oh, okay. Semenovic, very good shot, flips him while he goes up, and obviously Semenovic prevails there. But at the end of the day, well, flag gets returned, and that's that.
Yeah, well, Megacrit did a nice shot one more time, and Provocator also. So, I don't know. Like, I think Eternity is doing a bit better than Woods in this format. Not because of the score, but because of the drops, the teamwork. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just I haven't noticed that Woodpeckers have a lot of teamwork, like Eternity, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like I said, score 2-0, 1 minute left. I mean, and also, control of drops is very key in these kind of matches. They drop about every 2 minutes. So, if your team gets them and, you're coordinating on how to use them, you know how to use them, you know how to do this, and you know how to do that, that can really change the outcome of a battle. And that's what we've seen. The teams know how to utilize the drops when they get them. They know how to be the fastest ones. But unfortunately for today, it's mainly, or at least for this match, it's mainly been Eternity Advanced that have had the better control of drops as far as I've seen it. They've had the better control. They know what they're doing and they're utilizing them much more appropriately. But with with 30 seconds left, I don't see the other team getting back from it. I don't.
Yeah, well, there's no chance. Just you need like 20 seconds to drive from one part of the map until the other. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, the usual saying, unless you're a hacker, you are not going to win. And we have our esports referees out on the battlefield for that. So thank you guys for being here today, watching over the match and making it a smooth match. So Eternity Events taking this round once again. So making the overall score, I believe it's, 4-2. So now all they need to do is win this next round or tie it, and they'll be all right. But obviously now they still have the same format, but different map. So on a different map, you have, different placement of drops. So, the drops are placed differently. The layout of the map is different. So.
Yeah, well, the last round we've got Solid Camis matchmaking. And the format is, I think, hard. I'm not very sure about that.
Let me check. I think it's still just going to be CTF. It's still going to be XP CTF. That's just simple as that. If I'm correct, I could be wrong. It's just some things are confusing for us sometimes.
Yeah.
So, some things that are crossed out, or the way they're placed, the way they're put, is confusing for us sometimes. So, obviously we don't always get the information as everybody else gets them.
So chat. Pay to win game? Well, nah. There's things where you can say it's pay to win, but there's also things where you can say it's not pay to win. Like me personally, I played from 0 to I think Legends without buying anything from shop. Like it was not very hard, and you can easily manage to play without buying anything. You just need to play. You need to have a little bit of luck, especially right now where you can get a lot of crystals from containers. Like when I played, when I was low rank or something like that, we didn't have containers. We were just supposed to play and earn crystals by ourselves. Like it was not easy to obtain crystals, definitely. I'm not sure, guys. What do you guys think? Like, do you really need money to win in this game? Like, I'm 99% sure you don't, but yeah, you guys are writing the opposite.
It depends. Obviously there's a lot of things that go to winning a battle. In this game, let's remember one thing: you can't win the game you can win a battle. This game is continuous. So like like you don't just win the game. It's not like a you have a arcade like a arcade mode or whatever, and you just have something that is like continuous over and over, and then you beat the campaign at the end. No, this is like you continuously play. If your team wins a match, guess what? You win. So it's not pay to win, because you can't win the game. You can win a match.
Yeah.
And, that's it depends on players' skill and players' equipment, etc. That kind of gives them the advantage. So maybe that they might have some more micro upgrades than you, but technically at the end of the day, you don't know how they earn them unless you know that person and they told you they did it. Then okay, but you don't know that, hey, this person, oh, he has this, oh, he must be a buyer. You don't know that. So you can't win the game. You can win a battle, and in winning a battle, just because your team wins doesn't mean you're a buyer. If you win, if you're first place on your team and you won, hey, guess what? I mean, are you a buyer? If you're a buyer, okay, whatever. But if you're not, then there you go. So, it's like it's balanced. It all depends. It's just people think it's a pay-to-win game, but you can't win the game. You can win a battle. So people need to be more specific with their wording. It needs to be more clear. It depends on multiple things. So just some people are more fortunate than others, and some people want to buy, and some people want to do that. That's their option. That's their choice. But for others, just try your best.
Look what this guy wrote in chat. Like, I can win all games with my mom's Visa. Well, nah, you can't win all games with your mom's Visa. Like, that's just funny, man.
and that's the thing. So if you think you can win a game just by or if you think you can win a battle just by consistently buying equipment over and over and crystals, right? Like you could be easily matched by another person who also buys. So you can't just win all the games by buying. You have other people who buy. You have people who equally match you. So, people buy. It's part of the game, but it's not the matter of it's a pay to win game. It's a matter of, oh, hey, I'm evenly matched because this person also does it, and or your skill is just better, because you can buy and you can have M4s and you can have equipment, and you can have like the best things ever in the game, but guess what? It's just because you have better equipment, if you don't know how to utilize that equipment, if you don't know how to if you don't know how to use that equipment effectively, you can easily. I've seen people who have M4s get beaten by people who have M2s. I've seen an entire Legends versus a team full of people who have M2s, and I'm not even lying to you. I have seen it, and the M2s win. Why? Because those people with those M4s or M3s, maybe they know how to play, but at the same time, do you know how to utilize that equipment? Do you know that skill level? Because if you, like I said, you can have everything in the garage. You can have everything M4. You can have everything, all drugs, all modules, all supplies, everything. You have everything. There's nothing else you can buy in this game. But if you don't know how to effectively use your equipment, then it comes down to you losing. It's as simple as that. So it's not a pay to win. It's learn how to utilize your equipment, learn how, skill, etc., and you'll do fine. So, I mean, that's my take on it, and I've never argued that point before. But it's as simple as that. It's the way it is. So, I mean, people complain about it, but it is, it's on them. If you want to complain, you can complain, but instead of complaining, practice more, get better.
Yeah, because most of the time you're not gonna get anything by complaining.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just worthless.
Right. And I mean, the game is this way for a reason. It's the game's economy. I mean, You know, this game has been alive for 9 years for a reason. You know, there's always a reason behind it. And I mean, you know, some games don't live for 9 years. I'm not gonna lie. A game that is mainly this game is mostly multiplayer based. It's not just like single player. There's no single player mode to this really, unless you want to just go in a parkour battle and, you know, screw around by yourself and, you know, like try and jump a building or whatever with space mode. You can do it by yourself, sure, but you know, I mean, obviously you're not versing anybody. You're not like, you don't have other people helping you, etc. You know, I think the multiplayer aspect of this game is what makes this game what it is. It makes it live. You know, so when you talk about it, it's like, not like I said, not a lot of games tend to live for 9 years. Not a lot of games just, you know, consistently have people still pushing updates to them. You still have developers, you know, actively making those updates, you know, trying their best to give you the content you like, but obviously you can't please everybody, you know. But like, like I said, there's always the saying, there's always a method to my madness. If you can keep a game going for 9 years, props out to them, because they are doing a heck of a job in my opinion. You know, maybe you don't agree with an update, but there's always a reason behind it. So, you know, whether you like it or not, unfortunately it is the way it is. And that's why you have other games you can play too. But, you know, it's like a time thing. As time goes on, it's like I said, 9 years, that's a long time. You know, you don't see games live for 9 years these days. Maybe for like 1-2 years and then dead. Done. No more.
Yeah,
So.
well, if you guys don't like Tanky, if you guys think it's pay to win, why do you play it then? Like, nobody is forcing you to play Tanky. If you don't like it, why are you playing it? I don't know. Personally, if I don't like a game, I don't play the game.
Exactly. You know, and I mean, you've invested time on it. You've gotten to legend. You've gotten to wherever you've gotten for a reason. If you've gotten past the first rank of recruit, you took interest in the game at one point. So I mean,
at least for a minute there. Yeah.
So I mean, the game gave you interest. So, you know, I mean, it brings people in. It ropes them in. You know, I mean, and this game, if you look at its history on the wiki, like I said, look at the wiki. If you look at its history, you look at where it's been. This game is definitely been through its ups and downs, but it does have there's a lot to it, you know. So, I mean, that's our take on it. You know, like, you know, it's up to them. But not everybody these days are buyers, and you still have a lot of new tankers coming in every day. People playing, people having a good time. You know, if you're having a bad time, don't ruin it for everybody else. You know, don't ruin the fun. People are coming here to have fun, not to just, you know, cause issues. This is a game, GAME. You know, if you don't know what game means, search up the definition. You know, I mean, my take on it is this is where you come to get away from all that. You know, you come here to have fun. You come here to have a good time. You come here to, you know, get your mind off of whatever is going on in real life, and, you know, maybe you know, play a few battles, kill a few tankers, feel good, move on with the day, you know, progress a little bit, because obviously that's one good thing about this game is, back in the day, once you got Generalissimo, that's it. You can't progress anymore. Now you can progress. You can keep getting legend ranks. You can keep going. You can keep unlocking new things. Eventually, it's probably going to get to the point where, okay, well, you got everything in the garage. You have everything. But guess what? You can still rank up. You can still move up to like Legend 1 or like, you know, Legend like 100, Legend 200. You know, you have that. You can, if you want to go for it. This game, obviously, as we know on the forums, has like a world record section. So if you want to have like or not like, yeah, I mean, tanky records or whatever, you know, if you want to have that highest tanky record, the highest ranking game, go for it. You know, so I mean, there's the community's big. There's so many things that are done, and, you know, I mean, like I said, 9 years and still counting. It's not done yet, you know.
Yeah, and personally, I don't think it's gonna be done soon.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people did think it was going to be done at one point, myself included, especially with the release of Tank EX coming through, etc. But no, it didn't. They continue to update both games. They continue to make very cool updates to both games, and there you go. It's like that's the way it is. So, I mean, you know, if you don't like this game, then, I mean, you know, it's like, personally, I wouldn't see, if you don't like it, don't play it. There's a lot of other games you can play, and I mean, you know, some people say Tanky X is a terrible game, yet they haven't played it in a year. Tanky X, like Tanky X, if you haven't played that game in over a year, when there's updates happening to that game every single month, why comment on it? Because you don't know. You're not there. You're not an active player like others who see the updates happen. You know, like for example, you can't just come, you know, Tanky Online, right? Like you're inactive for 3-4 years. You don't know what updates happen, and you still say the game is bad. You don't know that because there's updates that have changed. There's balance updates. Gameplay has changed. Everything is affected in the game. So when you say, "Oh, this is a terrible game. I don't like it," well, have you seen the updates that have happened recently? Have you tried them? No. So don't comment on it because you don't know. Try it. Enjoy it. You know, figure it out. If you still don't like it, okay, save it for that specific time, but try the new updates, see how it works. You might like something, you know. For me personally, I'm the same thing. I just, you know, started getting back into some games, and you know, they were updated recently, and now the games are amazing. I can't stop playing, right? Like for, especially for Tanky Online. At one point I didn't play this game at all. I didn't like playing it. I don't play as much anymore just because there's a lot of other things I'm busy with. But you know, this some updates that have happened recently have intrigued me to play the game. I want to come in. I want to play because of those updates. You know what I mean? So, you know, try it out, then comment. Don't comment. Don't like just try nothing out for the past 4 years and then comment. That's just
Yeah.
my take.
Well, the game has started, and we've got pretty much same teams from medium and hard format playing this format, as this is hard format basically. And yeah, so we just have to watch. Eternity needs one round. They need this one tied, or maybe even win, but still they can tie, and the game is theirs. They proceed to finals.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I don't know about you, but that is that's still pretty good. I mean, the losers bracket final, that's the like you still win. You still are gonna get a paint either way. So you still have something nice waiting there for you. Obviously, the rewards will get better. You'll get more crystals. You'll get more batteries. You'll get more gold boxes if you progress. But that's still really good. Like you have that. You have that going for you. You know, so I mean, you know, why not go get to the losers bracket final? You know, take your hand at Penguins, see what happens. You never know. You could just move on to the grand final and maybe get the nice prize of you know, champion, or maybe even, you know, maybe silver. You never know.
Yeah, well, don't forget to mention that team that places third, they don't just get top 3 paint, they get gladiator also. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
2 paints. Like, you're guaranteed 2 paints if you win this match. Well,
Yeah, exactly.
that's a pretty big price.
Yeah, no, definitely, and especially when you get that spectrum too. Oh yeah,
Oh,
spectrum on
yep.
point.
Well, this match, the loser of this match, will be probably the one who's disappointed the most after this tournament, because if you lose this match, you lose Spectrum, you lose another paint with Gladiator, and yeah, not so much crystals, but still, you lose one paint and Spectrum, which are probably best prize. Yeah, don't matter if it's Spectrum MA, B, C, but still, it's a Spectrum.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, at least you get the gladiator paint. That's
Yeah.
good enough in my book. I mean, everybody who like gets 5th to 8th place, so 8th place plus, everybody gets gladiator. So obviously, you know, everybody playing right now already been guaranteed gladiator. So you're still getting a paint. Now you're just fighting for a little bit more of another paint and another module, etc. So I mean, hey, why not? Go for it. You know, go for like the animal. Go for it. You know?
Yeah, go for it. Like, you have nothing to lose. I mean,
Yeah.
what they'll just come next season and also try to play for the paint. If they want it,
As
yeah, if they want it too much, then they will get it. Like, I'm sure. If they train as much, if they want it that much, they will get it for sure. Like, if you don't get it, just try harder next year and yeah, train more. try to find better teammate if you don't like the ones you're currently playing with.
Yeah, definitely practice more, coordinate better, etc. I mean, right now, obviously the only way they'll ruin it right now, the only way the teams will ruin it right now is if they hack, like by hacking. Because I mean, I'm not gonna make a hacker joke right now. I'm being honest. If you hack, obviously it will be up to the referees and administration, but they have every single right to make, I mean, as far as I know, make sure you don't get rewards, because then you just cheated. That like you can get blocked and banned, you'll be disqualified, you lose everything. So I mean that's why it's good, not that's why you should never cheat. Never, never, ever, 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 ever. No hacking. That's bad.
That's really bad. Like if you use hacks, you'll most likely get banned, so I don't recommend doing that. Like
Yeah,
imagine
and if I may, like it's also right now would be the worst time to do it too, because say you see, say a player sees somebody hacking in a battle, right? If there's no battle moderator, sometimes etc. Obviously nothing can happen. But also, if you don't have anybody recording that, if you have nobody taking any evidence of that, and you just say, "Hey, this person hacked," there's no proof. In this case, we're live streaming this right now, like it's literally being streamed, and you have multiple referees out on the battlefield who can just handle it themselves. So you have all these people watching you right now, and the proof is right in front of you. So this would be the worst time to do it.
look at this, look at this. This could be a capture.
Can it though?
Vanka will block that players. Come on.
I don't
See the
know.
sun.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. That's
1-0. Wow.
Turn to the advance, taking the lead, 1-0. 5 minutes left. We'll see how it works.
Plus, the Woodpeckers base is pretty much empty, and I think Legis will manage to pull the flag again, or no, as the freeze stops him with freeze effect. That's sad.
Yeah, Woody with that freeze effect. See, I also know there's an alteration for a freeze that like takes away the freezing effect.
Yeah, but increases the damage, yeah.
Yeah, like as much as I see that, at the same time, it's called freeze. You know what I mean? Like it's called freeze for a reason. Like I felt like the original purpose of that turret and what it's always been is to freeze your enemy, to slow them down. Now, obviously, I mean, if you're really focused on damage, go for it. But like for me, it's like it's freeze and it's Firebird. It's like I mean, yeah, it is 10% extra damage, but still, like it's, in my opinion, it's freeze. The original purpose of it is to freeze the enemy. Same thing with Firebird. I would think the original purpose of it is to, once you start shooting them and obviously inflict damage, just like freeze, there's supposed to be an after effect to it. So Firebird, you continue burning them. Freeze, you slow them down. So, they move slower now, That's just my take on it.
Well, it's like everybody's take on it, except you just, unless you just want damage, which is not so logical, but yeah. Some players just want to damage someone, but me personally, I like the freeze effect because in defense, it's very, very efficient.
Oh, yeah. I remember that back in when I used to have like freeze with like nothing, even like no micro upgrades. Even then, it was still powerful because it would slow the enemy down in a very big way.
Yeah, you help your teammates a lot with that. Like if you're the only one in defense, you freeze him, you freeze the opponent, your teammates can come while he's freezed and they can kill him. Like that's the main advantage of that weapon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so that that's just something that's the way it is. But what are you gonna do? I mean, obviously, sometimes it's not a bad trade though. Like sometimes people just use it in an offensive way. People don't like they don't want to defend with it. They just want to go for the offensive. So they will they can go for it. I mean, it does more damage. It does more of that. So I mean, why not? I mean, it works differently for everybody.
Yeah, well, you can also attack with it. Pretty nice, but I think freeze with Wasp or Hornet would be nice in attack. Not Lighty. Because you can spin around your opponents, and that's pretty much all you have to do. They cannot turn their turret, and you just run for it.
One thing about freeze definitely though is not only do you have it, like slowing the enemy down, but it is also good in the offensive because if you push right and you have a defender there who's blocking you and you're using wasp and they're using like mammoth or something, and if you go around them in circles and freeze them, right, and then you're
Yeah.
able to get away with the flag, now they're slowed. So they're slow. Now they're slower and they're a mammoth. So obviously they've already been slow. So now they're slower. And secondly, their turret turning is also slower. Remember, it also freezes your turret. So the turning speed of that slows down. So now you have this person, this one defender who got just frozen by a wasp and freeze, who went around him in circles, took the flag, and now you can't get him. And now he's all the way across the map. So freeze is also a very good, turret to attack with. And, we've seen that, and we see that happening right now with, on the battlefield. We see people attacking with freeze.
Yeah, and we see Tolokonikov V pulling the flag, but
Oh,
as we
no.
know, yeah, but still they have to win this, and it's 40 seconds. Daxar is returning, so I think Eternity is the winner. Yeah, players are leaving. They are saying thank you for the game. This has been an epic game. Yeah, so I guess Eternity passes on to Penguins.
Yep. So, well, let's say 20 seconds. Oh, maybe the Semyonovich really want to go for another one. Let's see. I mean, he can get it. He got the nitro,
Well,
double
they did
armor.
go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, he went for it. Bogdan in person just gonna try it, but it's all over. It's done. It's ogre.
Yeah,
It's done.
congratulations to Woodpeckers, who did pretty well and came top 4, which is not a small thing, especially not at this tournament, because they are top 4 best clans of Tanky Online, and this was a very good game. They could also won this, and maybe with a little bit more luck, they would have secured bronze paint right now. But yeah, maybe next time.
Definitely. So, congratulations to, Eternity Advance for moving on to the lovely losers bracket final. Now they are guaranteed that beautiful bronze paint with some other prizes, alongside of it. But right now, Woodpeckers getting 9 million crystals to split amongst the team, and each player getting 1,500 batteries, 15 gold boxes, and gladiator. And I'm just gonna say, 1,500 batteries. You have 1,500 minutes of using a drone. Good.
Whoa.
So, yeah. So once again, congratulations to them. For the players, thank you all so much for joining us. It's really been exciting. We definitely do look forward to seeing you in future matches. So once again, thank you all for your continuous support. Balsa, thank you for being here with me.
Thank you, Kenan. This was very nice, and see you all, guys.
Yep. See you on the battlefield.